big fish. My team's will ball us. See round these sides, it ain't no laughter.
It's caught. Touchdown. Kadeem Carey. He's found a new home. Goes to the right. Bethel Thompson guns one in there. Touchdown. It's Hergy Mayala again. Give him a pair.
Check the levels, cause we coming heavy. Check the levels, cause we coming heavy.
Saturday night football from BMO Field, where the Argonauts welcome the Elks to town. Cameron Duke's great in week one. He had 3 TDs in the air, another touchdown on the ground, looking for a little more tonight. McLeod Bethel Thompson making his first start at BMO Field since 2022. 7 players on this Elks team, part of that Argos Grey Cup winning team. MBT has thrown for 636 yards, but has yet to record a win this season. Does it happen tonight, or do the Argos keep rolling on Saturday night? Alongside Jim Barker, Davis Sanchez, Milt Stiegel, as we get set for the Argos taking on the Elks. Milt Stiegel, I will begin with you. Who are you watching in this matchup today?
This person has more pressure on him than anyone in the CFL, and that's head coach Chris Jones. Chris Jones has been known to turn teams around. Usually in his second year as a head coach, he did his first stint with the Elks. He also did it when he went to the Rough Riders. But right now, there's a struggle. There's a lot of uncertainty with this organization. New ownership may be coming in. They know they need to make some changes. Not many fans are coming to the games, but Chris Jones just needs to win some games. That will help out his cause. But right now, it's not happening. So there's a lot of pressure on Chris Jones, and I'm watching him.
I agree with you. I'm looking at this gentleman right here, Cameron Dukes. And Coach Barker, we just talking before the game here, and he made a great point, Jim, is we don't know who he is yet or what he is. So I expect Jason Shivers and that defensive staff at Edmonton to give him a bunch of different looks and let's see how patient he can be and diagnose things. And he needs to use his legs because, as we know, he's a great athlete.
Well, I'm interested to watch his defense. And Jake Ceresna, you see on the screen there, he's going to move outside, I think, because Flo Arimolade is going to be out.
Right.
He hurt his ankle. They have him on the 6th game. He may only be out 3 games, but they're moving Ceresna outside and putting Ralph Hawley on inside. Well, last week, they dominated, or 2 weeks ago, they dominated the BC Lions. 6 sacks against Vernon Adams. Yeah. Can they repeat that with this new group? They also take Wynton McManus, the best Will linebacker, move him to Mike, and bring in a rookie Will linebacker.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. You were discussing that one with me before the game, too. That'll be interesting to see. But who knows? The Argos with a great performance in week number 1 coming off the bye. They've been great off the bye as well. It is Pride Night in Toronto this evening. Hopefully the weather holds up for the celebration. Kickoff from BMO Field coming up next on TSN.
At the Jeep Make This the Summer event, you can take a vacation from payments on the most capable Wrangler ever. Our most affordable SUV, Jeep Compass. The only open-air pickup, Jeep Gladiator. And the most awarded SUV ever, Jeep Grand Cherokee. Hurry into your Jeep brand dealer and make the most out of summer with great deals plus no payments for 90 days.
During the Jeep Make This the Summer event, get $2,000 bonus cash allowance, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2024 Jeep Gladiator and most 2024 Jeep Wrangler gas-powered models.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Whoa! Yeah! By being prepared for anything!
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Only Daisy Cottage cheese will do. Only Daisy Cottage cheese will do.
Daisy is creamy, pure and natural cottage cheese.
Only Daisy Cottage cheese.
Life's better when your stuff is protected under our roof.
Cute.
Happy birthday, Marty. Oh, no, you don't. Let me get this.
Ah, thanks. You're too kind.
I've heard that.
Unlimited 2% cash back. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card.
Oh, no.
And here's where we use real humans to make sure our new Blue Bunny Twist Treats twist 2 flavors together for the perfect amount of fun. So, the perfect duo. Ooh, what a twist. Blue Bunny, we make fun.
This is the baked apple phyllo tart. I grew up with a grandmother that made the best apple pie. This is the moment. And this is that phyllo feeling.
Carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
Make it cold.
With AC Pro, anyone can recharge their car's AC. Like a pro. Be a pro with AC Pro.
For imprint, for certain.
Connell of Edmonton, Alberta, this is your chance to win big thanks to Save on Foods' $1 million touchdown to win. If a kickoff is returned for a touchdown, you could win groceries for a year. If 2 kickoffs are returned for touchdowns, you could win $1 million to BMO Field and Rod Smith and Dwayne Ford.
Thank you, Kate. And a muggy Saturday night in Toronto for the Argos' second game of the season. BMO Field, where they have not lost a regular season game since 2022, hosting the Edmonton Elks, who, we've said it before, they really need to win, trying to avoid an 0-3 start for the 3rd straight year. And they, Dwayne, bring in a slew of former Argonauts, including their quarterback, McLeod Bethel-Thompson.
Yeah, and this is a big offseason move for them, obviously looking for a little bit more experience in that position. McLeod Bethel-Thompson, the last time we saw this guy in the Canadian Football League, he was a Grey Cup champion. Obviously, Edmonton hoping he brings some of that pedigree to the Elks program. Of course, a former Edmonton Elk playing for the Toronto Argonauts, Jake Seresna. You heard Jim Barker talk about him in the pregame. 12 sacks for Edmonton last season, a career high. One of the top pass rushers in the CFL. Real presence on that Argo D-line.
He is the coach of the year from 2023 after a 16-2 regular season. Ryan Dinwiddie in his 4th season now as the head coach of the Toronto Argonauts, up against Chris Jones, a former Argo assistant a couple of times, and of course he's in his 2nd tenure as the head coach in Edmonton, but this one has been rough. Back-to-back 4-14 seasons in that 0-2 start. The games were close, not good enough for the Elks coming into this, looking for win number 1 of the season with another ex-Argo, Boris Beatty, to get it underway for Edmonton. And Janarian Grant is back for the kickoff, so too is Deontay McMahon, who has the ball. McMahon with it, up around the 20 and shy of, so the Elks keep the Argos deep in their zone. Cameron Dukes, starting quarterback Toronto, and coming off a win over the BC Lions in their opener last week.
Yeah, and Cameron Dukes looked good. Obviously, a lot of credit given to the offensive coaches for the game plan that they put together for him, putting him in a position to succeed. Cameron Dukes, strong run game with Kadeem Carey. They move the pocket around a little bit. He likes to use his legs a bit, get involved that way. Now it'll be interesting to see how he handles some of the unique looks that Chris Jones is going to throw at him defensively.
It was week 1 when they had their opener against the BC Lions, won that by 8 points, coming off the bye. Dukes, first down, getting it started, a screen to Deontay McMahon. In his 2nd year, and a good pickup after the catch. Looks to be a first down for Toronto. And look at that Argonaut offense tonight.
Yeah, and Dejon Allen leads an offensive line that holds a big edge and experience in the trenches over that Edmonton D-line. So we'll see how that matchup plays out tonight. They get Coxie back in the lineup in that receiving core, but lose Tavares Daniels to injury this week. So Mackay Polk stays in at receiver for the 2nd consecutive
13
game.
players in the formation, Toronto. 5-yard penalty.
The referee, Tom Valesi, so an early penalty against the Argos for the extra player, and 5 yards back after the first down pickup by Deontay McMahon. So they'll march that back. You mentioned Mackay Polk, who was filling in for DeMonte Coxie last week. And this time in the slot for the injured Tavares Daniels. Here he is, number 15, the rookie out of Mississippi State. He had 3 catches for 40 yards in the Argos opener against BC. So they march it back, a 1st and 15 now, just inside the Argo 25. Week 3 continues here in game 2 for Toronto. Pressure coming, and down goes Cameron Dukes. It's Noah Curtis, the tackle, coming in and picking up the sack for Edmonton to march the Argos much further back to their 16.
Noah Curtis. Quick slap beating this blocker to his left, but keep an eye here. Wheel routing up the sideline from Rasheed Bailey. If they're able to get that protection, they've got a deep shot, deep opportunity there out of the gate.
2nd and 18 now. And nowhere close, just across the 20 now on that, so they'll be punting. That was to Kadeem Carey. And Elliott Brown in on the tackle. So the Argo offense stalls by penalty and by sack that time around as Cameron Dukes heads to the sideline, and John Haggerty, the Australian punter, coming on and will stand at his 5 to get this one away. And there's a familiar face to Argo fans, Javon Leake, back for the return, the leading single season punt returner in Argonaut history, and one of the best single seasons any player has had in the history of the CFL. Haggerty for Leake, perfectly placed near the sideline. He takes it off the hop. Javon Leake, big return for the Elks into the Argonaut zone and falls down just inside the 50. So that puts McLeod Bethel Thompson in good shape to begin as the Elks look for win number 1 of the season. Edmonton football when we come back.
You hear that? It's the steady pulse of the world's game that's turning fans into family and sport into passion. You hear that? It's the heartbeat of American soccer. The USL on CBS Sports Network.
So yeah, USAA, they always have my back.
USAA? You were in the military?
Oh no, I wasn't, but my grandpa was. He joined USAA, passed membership to my mom, then to me.
There's other ways to get in?
Yeah. My neighbor Ron, he's in because his wife served. Even little Luna, once she's born, her dad served.
So all this time I could have had USAA insurance.
And banking.
Where's my phone?
Over there.
USAA, for the military community and their families.
McLeod Bethel Thompson spent 5 seasons with the Argos. Dwayne had a couple of 4,000-yard passing seasons.
Yeah, moved himself among the franchise leaders in many passing categories. And obviously, as we mentioned earlier, his run in Toronto concluding with a Grey Cup victory in 2022. Took a year away from the CFL, exploring opportunities south of the border, but makes his return here with the Edmonton Elks. Off to a slow start, but hoping his experience can help this green and gold team turn things around.
And on first down, throwing it off to Kevin Brown. Nothing doing there. Leonard Johnson coming in, getting some help too from Fraser Sopik. Nothing at all for Brown, and a 2nd down and 10 coming up.
And taking a look at this Edmonton offense, Martez Ivey, one of many former Argonauts. He'll man that left tackle spot for the Elks in the receiving corps. Keep an eye on Gino Lewis. Looking for a breakout from him as he plays into that, primarily the boundary side. Pretty good 3-headed monster for Edmonton with Heath Gittins and Dylan Mitchell.
Gain of about a half yard, so 2nd and long. Pressure on Bethel Thompson. Jared Brinkman couldn't quite get his hands on him. And that one is caught too by the aforementioned Gino Lewis for a 1st down for Edmonton inside the Argo 35.
And keep an eye on defensive tackle Jared Brinkman, who's been an absolute monster in the early going here. Quick swim to the inside. Offensive lineman Thomas Jack Curdilla probably got away with a little bit of a hold there. McLeod Bethel Thompson on the run. Throws the dart to Gino Lewis, working back towards the line of scrimmage to help his quarterback.
Spot the ball at the Argo 34. First possession, Edmonton Elks on the move now. In the Argo zone, handing off to Brown. He drives it down close to the 30. In his third year out of Incarnate Word, Kevin Brown, 73 yards rushing, coming into this game in 2 games.
And we take a look at the Toronto Argonaut defense. As mentioned in the opening, Jake Serezna, former Elk, moving this week from tackle to play out on the edge. Marquise Waters gets the start at the weak side linebacker in place of Jonathan Jones. Another newcomer for the Argos. Started the season opener for them, but on the corner, you have Leonard Johnson. You'll see a lot of Gino Lewis today.
On the fake and a look deep to the end zone. He's got an open receiver. Touchdown Edmonton. Dylan Mitchell. Quick strike, McLeod Bethel Thompson to get things started early for the Edmonton Elks.
A good read and throw by McLeod Bethel Thompson, taking that deep shot early. A nice adjustment here to the football from Dylan Mitchell to go get this one. Just tailing away.
Hey, on the Buick, how did we get to the mic?
Third touchdown pass of the season for Bethel Thompson. That is the first touchdown for Dylan Mitchell this season in his third year out of Oregon. And a big one, too, for Boris Beatty and the point after. Coming on now with all these ex-Argos coming in. They get on the board quickly for Edmonton. The Elks from the Beatty convert have a 7-0 lead. First possession, and they had a good place to start, too, with the punt return by Javon Leake. Capped off there. Touchdown, Mitchell. 7-0, Edmonton.
This will be a gold mine of local intel, just you wait.
Right. So tell us about this corn festival.
Oh, you got your corn pudding, you got your corn chowder.
So is it safe around here?
Sometimes.
If a family of 8 were to need a cold plunge, where would they find it?
Oh, then they dip it in butter and bam, it goes right.
Really cute vampire bar, like
The Reverend does like a blessing on the corn.
Donut shops. How far from here?
Oh. No eyebrows?
Think of how light it'll feel in the summer. We gotta run. 11,000 more neighborhoods to go.
Ding dong.
Homes.com.
These are all keepers. Store more, share more. Get iPhone 15 Pro on us and get a great deal on iPad and Apple Watch SE. Connect with AT&T.
To the people chasing the sunrise with you, outrunning your doubts, inspiring you to see what's possible, and pushing you when it's not easy. To the people seeing your highest potential and making sure every step is a celebration, every rep a chance to connect. No matter where we're starting from. Propel.
Absolutely no secret to what Dylan Mitchell is doing on the touchdown play. He's just going. The speedster takes an outside release. The corner, Benji Franklin, is with him all the way. He's just slow to react, slow to get out of that backpedal and start running with him. Mitchell gets in behind him, and there's enough separation. McLeod Bethel Thompson to lay it in there for the game's opening touchdown.
Dylan Mitchell gets it, hauls it in. Bethel Thompson put a lot of touchdown passes in this stadium, and was talking earlier this week how happy he was to be coming back. A lot of fond memories of BMO Field. The throws one against the Argos there for the lead. And Boris Beatty with the kickoff now. Janarian Grant standing back at the 10. The Argos down a touchdown now. Getting set for their second possession with Cameron Dukes coming on again. A good week 1 the starting quarterback for the Argos. This is what he did against the BC Lions, and he had his mistakes too, Dwayne, but he responded very well. 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions.
Yeah, and that response I thought was critical. He had the fumble early that was recovered by BC, but took responsibility for it, shook it off, went out and played just a tremendous football game. Had that offense running very smoothly, as I mentioned earlier. Some help from Kadeem Carey in that run game early on to help him get settled in. Strong outing.
Carey's with him now. Has the football too, left side, as he gets it up across the 30 on that first down play up against this Edmonton Elks defense.
We should see some snaps today for rookie defensive lineman Antonio Alfano. Interesting backstory and a selection in the supplemental draft this year. Niles Morgan providing experience in that receiving corps, flanked by 2 rookies. But Morgan, his 3rd season, and of course Luchez Purifoy, the veteran of the Edmonton defense. 2 pick sixes for him last season.
2nd and 6, Dukes. Pressure coming from Elliott Brown, and a flag comes out as he is taken down. But with the sack on Dukes by Brown, you saw that flag come out in the Argo backfield.
Major foul, roughing the passer, horse collar tackle. Edmonton, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So the sack is for naught. With the horse collars, Brown wants a little more explanation on that.
You see Brown, that stand-up position in the middle. Nice spin move against Gregor McKellar, but just got caught as he kind of misses Dukes as Dukes dodges him. You know, and when you look at where he grabs the sleeve.
No flag for roughing the passer.
Yeah, good call. As you can see from that replay, he grabbed the sleeve, not the back of the collar, not the actual back of the jersey.
You see again the reason why they're picking up this flag. No penalty.
Yeah, and completely understandable at a glance at full speed why you would think it was a horse collar tackle, but glad to have the command center take a peek at that one and have the flag picked up.
Dave Foxcroft is in the command center tonight. They have them pick up that flag, so it is a big defensive play in the 2nd sack of this game by the Edmonton Elks on Cameron Dukes. One there for Elliott Brown.
It's 3rd down. It's 3rd down.
And yes, it is 3rd down. A punting situation here as Haggerty is going to come out again. So slow start for the Argonaut offense, and McLeod Bethel Thompson and the Elks should be getting the football in pretty good shape. Javon Leake had a 27-yard return, his first one against his old team, after that explosive year he had in 2023, Special Teams Player of the Year. Once again, Haggerty punting deep in his zone. Sends it off to the right this time, actually towards the middle of the field now. As Leake takes it, takes off again. Javon Leake, ex-Argo, up across the 50. So close to midfield for Bethel Thompson and the Elks to go to work again. Possession 2. And they're up a touchdown here at BMO Field.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence.
Help save lives. Donate plasma today. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing.
The all-new Indian Scout.
Aldi doesn't mess around when it comes to grilling. You see, that's our fresh organic chicken, juicy and tender just like other stores. But for a whole lot less. Organic chicken, everyday low prices. It's an Aldi thing.
Lack of energy killing your game? Level up with a 5-hour energy gamer shot.
With so many choices on Booking.com, there are so many Tina Feys I could be. So I hired body doubles. Indoorsy Tina loves a deluxe suite. Ooh. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Don't miss the return of the global phenomenon critics call thrilling and endlessly captivating. HBO's House of the Dragon, the new season, streams tonight, only on Crave. Back at BMO Field in Toronto for the second game of the season for the Argonauts, the third of the season for the Edmonton Elks, who lead this one 7-0 on a touchdown pass from McLeod Bethel-Thompson to Dylan Mitchell of 30 yards. And on another good punt return by Javon Leake, they're up near midfield to start again at the Edmonton 52. Bethel-Thompson taking the handoff into the right, throws it just across midfield to Curly Gittens Jr. How many times did we see that combination work in double blue? Bethel-Thompson to Gittens.
Yeah, no surprise whatsoever with McLeod Bethel-Thompson coming back to the Canadian Football League, joining the Edmonton Elks, that a move would be made to ensure that he had one of his favorite receivers alongside. And those two seem to have picked up right where they left off, as you see the start that number 19 has had through the first 2 weeks of the season.
Injured through much of last year, played 10 games, but had over 1,100 yards receiving in 2022. A lot of that comes from Bethel-Thompson. That's intended for Gino Lewis on the 2nd and 4, right near the first down marker, but the coverage there from Johnson, and a little frustrating clap of the hands for Bethel-Thompson on the incompletion.
Yeah, near miss. There leads to this punting situation. An opportunity to get great field position defensively here for the Edmonton Elks. Their second-year punter, Jake Julian from nearby Barrie, Ontario.
Went to Eastern Michigan, and he is punting it to Janarian Grant, one of the new Argos. Javon Leake going to Edmonton, so Grant, a free agent, former Blue Bomber, signed by the Argos. Picks it up. 15-20, 25-30, and Janarian Grant has something going there. Mention all the ex-Argos, now members of the Edmonton Elks, including that man, McLeod Bethel-Thompson. A lot of chance for some hellos at BMO Field and chance to get reacquainted with some old teammates. Jake Seresna, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Javon Leake, great year returning the ball. And their special teams coordinator, Mickey Donovan, as well. Boris Beattie. Monte Coxey saying hello to Curly Gittens Jr. All love until kickoff.
A little different now. 1st and 10, Argos down the 7 points, past the midway point of the first quarter. And it's off to Kadeem Carey at the 40. As the ex-Stampeder gets up near a first down for Toronto, as he is pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, nice quick hitter here off some play action. These are the kind of plays that will help Cameron Dukes get into a little bit of a rhythm. Start feeling it, and Kadeem Carey certainly doesn't mind the early workload as well.
He got early workload in week 1 against BC. He got a lot of touches, and he ended up getting his first Argo touchdown, too, in the first quarter against the Lions. A 2nd and 2 now after that 8-yard pickup. Up at the Argo 43 now. Goes back to Carey, and looks like he is very close. Yes, it is. They say first down for Toronto, so Carey involved again. Talking about what happened against the BC Lions. This is a look at a couple of weeks ago, Dwayne.
Yeah, Kadeem Carey's week 1 performance, and it was apparent to us early in that ball game that Kadeem Carey was going to be a central figure in that offensive game plan for the double blue. And he proves to be with over 100 yards from scrimmage, 20 touches. Filling the void left in the backfield by the departures of A.J. Ouellette and Andrew Harris.
Former CFL rushing leader with Calgary. He's got the ball again. And some moves, too, as he gets it up closer to midfield. It'll be another 2nd and short coming up here for Toronto.
Yeah, Kadeem Carey battled some injuries last season in Calgary. Saw a drop in his production certainly looking to have that jump back in his step here in 2024.
Little domino effect in free agency too, with him coming to Toronto. AJ Ouellette had gone on and signed with the Saskatchewan Roughriders. 2nd and 2 now at the Argo 53. Back to Carey, has some room and a lot more than that as he gets another first down. It is inside the 45 of the Edmonton Elks. And similar to 2 weeks ago, a steady diet of Kadeem Carey early in this ball game.
Yeah, keep an eye on the work here from the right side of that offensive line. Gregor McKellar, Deshaun Allen working the double team. They get things sealed up and get into second level. And Kadeem Carey starting to roll. Love the play calling, right? A couple of sacks of Cameron Dukes early. Get the run game going. Slow down the upfield rush of that D-line.
6 touches for 39 yards. This is Deontay McMahon. And he finds the edge and a lot of room too. Still in bounds, breaking free. Touchdown, Argos. Deontay McMahon, in his 2nd year out of McNeese State, breaks through after they gave Carey a rest, and on that touch he takes it all the way.
Yeah, and this is what you call the change-up guy. Kadeem Carey, known as a downhill runner, he's going to handle a lot of the load between the tackles. You get Edmonton geared up for that in the run game, and then throw in the speed guy attacking the perimeter. And McMahon, and he makes the Elks pay.
You mentioned it too, with the pressure that Dukes was facing, trying to throw the football. They go to the ground a lot more. A 5-play drive. And it's capped off with a big run there by Deontay McMahon, and the point after from Liram Hairolau. 5 plays, 75 yards in under 3 minutes time. And we got a tie game all of a sudden now. Running the rock. First Carey, then McMahon. All the way into the end zone at BMO Field. Edmonton 7, Argo 7.
At the Ram Make This the Summer event, you can take a vacation from payments on the most awarded light and heavy-duty trucks. The most luxurious Ram 1500 ever. And the most advanced Ram heavy-duty pickups. Hurry into your local Ram dealer and make the most of your summer with great deals plus no payments for 90 days.
Now during the Ram Make This the Summer event, get $1,000 cash allowance plus finance and get no monthly payments for 90 days on the purchase of most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks.
Only Daisy Cottage cheese will do. Only Daisy Cottage cheese will do.
Daisy is creamy, pure and natural cottage cheese.
Only Daisy Cottage cheese.
Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. The feeling of a comforting hug from your Nana, but with the taste of creamy, delicious coffee.
Another look at the Argo touchdown. Deontay McMahon on the carry, takes it in. We're joined once again down on the sidelines by Paul LaPolice. Lapo?
I talked to Ryan a couple weeks ago and asked him, what do you do with this? So many new players, so many new faces. What did you do with this team? And he did something I thought was great in training camp. Every coach on the staff took 7 players, and they met during training camp, and they talked about, you know, their life, their journey to the CFL, things they had to overcome. And I just thought it was a great team building exercise. And Ryan also talked about the addition, Kadeem Carey, Rasheed Bailey, 2 really guys who come in from other organizations but have been great leaders. And so he really likes the older leadership of this group, and he thinks that they're going to, you know, really help some of the new faces make this unit gel really quickly.
And they have, Paul. I mean, we saw that against BC in the opener too. Bailey had a touchdown, Kadeem Carey, so contributing on and off the field. We talk about that. And yeah, they lost so many players. Bringing in those names, those veterans, would have to be important, I would think, for this Toronto Argonaut team. Kickoff now in the 7-7 tie. Here on the return, Luchez Purifoy has it just up across the 30. Deontay McMahon. Another look at that touchdown, Dwayne.
Yeah, and one of the things I liked on this was what the receivers did in terms of their blocking. And they start off coming off the line hard with outside releases, so they look like they're running deep routes, but with those outside releases, they turn the defenders back to the play. They don't see Deontay McMahon coming. By the time they realize a run is coming down the sideline, the receivers are able to get in position to block them. They did an outstanding job on that play, setting up their block, but then executing their blocks to spring the running back.
Back to Bethel Thompson and the Elks on offense from their 31. With time, and has an open receiver in Gino Lewis, a little bit low to the right as it just falls incomplete. Second down.
I talked a little bit off the top as you see Gino Lewis at the top of your screen about an advantage and experience that the Argos have in the trenches, particularly their O-line versus Edmonton's D-line. Where I think Edmonton can have an edge here is at those wide-out spots where you've got Dylan Mitchell and Gino Lewis, two top-end receivers playing against more inexperienced corners in Benji Franklin and Leonard Johnson.
Bethel Thompson to pass again on second down. Off to the left, it is caught. Hershey Mayala, until this game, had the only touchdown catches for the Elks, two of them coming in. Mitchell has one tonight, and he has the first down for Edmonton.
And a great sort of bounce-back opportunity this year, I think, for Mayala, former first-round pick in Calgary, spent some time in Montreal. Had kind of a down year last year with the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Released late, but getting an opportunity to get back in the starting lineup here with Edmonton has been productive early.
So a first down up to their 43. Looking to respond after the Argo touchdown on the ground for Kevin Brown, who gets it up across the 45. One of the top running backs in the Canadian Football League in 2023, his third year, Kevin Brown.
Yeah, Kevin Brown, when he came in 22, quickly established himself as one of the building blocks for Chris Jones and this Edmonton Elks team. There you saw Edmonton's head coach and general manager.
He made a lot of changes, continued it last year, hoping to finally get the chemistry, the right mix to get the payoff. Looking for it today, and it's caught up. That's Lewis, and that's another first down, close to the Argo 50. For big play, Gino Lewis.
Yeah, Gino Lewis going to work there, just trying to drive his defender off the line. That throw behind or back shoulder throw, working back to get it.
Most targeted Elks receivers so far in this game, 4 targets. He's caught 2 for 26 yards. That one for a first down in the Argo zone, rolling to the right, Bethel Thompson. And he does toss it off for a completion. That's Arkel Smith in his first year with the Elks, in his first CFL catch.
And there you see Eugene Lewis, number 2 among active CFL receivers in terms of career yardage. Only the Argos' Tavares Daniels is out of the lineup with injury. Today ranks ahead of Gino.
So Lewis most targeted, but another receiver in the mix, and Arkel Smith with his first CFL catch. Here's a deep look again for Mitchell again, inside the 10. First and goal, Edmonton. 2 catches for Mitchell, and they have both been huge. The other one was a touchdown. This one is setting them up to take the lead again late in the first quarter.
Yeah, and watch Mitchell. Can he make use of the waggle here? Trying to hit this with speed, stem inside, get outside. Looks like he was able to keep the elbows underneath this one on the landing.
Catches for 69 yards, first and goal. Edmonton Elks. Big plays for Dylan Mitchell so far in this game from the Toronto 6. Bethel Thompson looks to the end zone. Touchdown! Eugene Lewis. And Edmonton answers right back. Driving down for the second touchdown pass of this game from McLeod Bethel Thompson.
Nice touch on this one from Macbeth to float it over the defender. Making use of that all 65 yards of width of this Canadian field.
First touchdown of the season for Eugene Lewis, and McLeod Bethel Thompson is 9 for 11 for 127 yards and 2 touchdowns. The quarter comes to an end with a point after try from Boris Beatty. And that ex-Argo puts it through to make it a 14-7 lead for the Edmonton Elks. 3 touchdowns on the board through the first 15 minutes, 2 of them belonging to Edmonton. First, Dylan Mitchell. The Argos came back with Deontay McMahon. And then Gino Lewis, 14-7 after 1.
The world thinks there are only 2 types of people. The French friars and the Totheads.
But what if there was a third?
Who love the crispy, crunchy outside of our tots with the dippability of a fry. Introducing Groovy Fries. Finally, a potato option the entire world will love. Ooh. Oh boy. Why would he even come to this? Live free, eat Sonic.
You wanna live free?
Your pain shouldn't be minimized or forgotten. When medicine gets better, all of us can get better.
To the right now. Is the GPS playing the cha-cha slide?
Geico can help when you get a flat tire with their easy app and 24/7 help.
Everybody clap your hands.
Whatever you need, from coverage to service, get more with Geico.
Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. The feeling of a comforting hug from your Nana, but with a taste of creamy, delicious coffee.
Frisky's World.
Come on, let's explore.
That's made with real salmon.
Look what I found. Little soups for cats.
There's the delicious taste of tuna we treasure.
Definitely coming back tomorrow.
Friskies, always more to explore.
Hey everyone, this is Lake Corte Moore, number 49 for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. My experience with Team Canada was an amazing experience. People should attend the up-and-coming World Juniors in Edmonton because it's just an awesome opportunity to see the best football players of that age group in Canada right now and in the world as well. The Team Canada boys will come back with one of these. Let's get a three-peat. Let's go Canada.
Lake Corte Moore is talking about this, the World Junior Football Championship getting started today in Edmonton. And you look at the history here, and pleased to be joined by the Executive Director of Football Canada, Kevin McDonald, former Vice President with the Canadian Football League as well. Tell me about the event, how many countries are involved, and how long has this been going?
We've got Japan, Austria, Panama, Australia. We've got 7 countries altogether. Canada's got 2 teams competing. We had a rough start today against Austria. One of our Team Canada teams fell to a strong Austrian side, but we actually just kicked off our other men's team at 7 o'clock Eastern, kicked off against Brazil. So I'll be looking forward to joining the live stream, which we'll be having on IFAF TV. TSN has been a great partner in the event. You guys are going to be showing the final game on June 30th, so we're excited about that and seeing one of our 2 Canadian teams bring home gold.
We'll flashback to a previous World Championship here.
We have been quite successful at the event over the years. In the 5 previous, we've won 3 golds and 2 silvers. So Coach Craney and Coach Hilaire are expecting nothing, I think, but gold from one of our 2 squads this year.
Kevin, tell me a little bit just about the selection process or the recruitment process of putting these teams together.
Yeah, it was quite an effort. Started long before I jumped on board, but identification camps across the country, you know, all the skills and drills, the physical stuff that the normal football guys would go through. Coach Craney and his staff, you know, would look at the talent at these identification camps and then spend a lot of time reviewing film and then, you know, inviting, you know, the top 100 kids to try and make 2 rosters of 5 kids per side.
A couple of big touches for Janarian Grant. First the kickoff return, and then this, Dwayne, as they use him on offense for that sweep.
Yeah, and we're seeing the Toronto Argonauts try to attack different ways in the run game. A little bit different look as they were a downhill team in week 1 against BC, primarily with Kadeem Carey. Now we're seeing Grant and McMahon attacking outside.
So that sets up a first down at the Edmonton 46. The Argos down a touchdown again. Elks have been able to move the ball.
There we go, range.
Back with Kevin McDonald now. I mean, the history of the event now, it is American rules football, right? Standardized for the rest of the world?
That's one of the adjustments for sure, yeah. It's the 4-down football, so the coaching staffs have to adjust, different play calling, different packages to prepare for, and you only have these athletes for a week's training camp down in Calgary before we headed up to Edmonton. There's only so many things you can do in a short period of time.
Hey, you've obviously been around the world of amateur and professional football in this country for a long time, but tell me what you're seeing in terms of just the development of young Canadian talent.
It's amazing, and being kind of out of the game for the last 4 years, the growth, the high performance piece and the high elite level athlete and the preparedness of those athletes is amazing. It's really been something to see.
Dejan Brissett on the receiving end for the Argos there, and another first down as they quickly move down. And we've seen a lot of good CFL players. We saw Lake Corte Moore talking about his experience with Team Canada, but a number that have played in the World Juniors have gone on to play in the Canadian Football League.
Yeah, I think Brandon Bridge is probably one of the most recognizable names as an old quarterback. Duvernay Tardif played on the roster back in 09 and then had a successful career down in the NFL. So, you know, these are the best to the extent we can identify and get the right kids into the program. That's always the challenge when you've got a country the size of Canada and limited resources. You can only get so many eyes on so many kids, but I think we've done a really good job identifying the top 100 tackle players to participate.
Look at Darius Sirocco, Argo's offensive lineman. He played for Team Canada, World Juniors as well. 2nd and 8 at the Edmonton 29. Toronto. Dukes flares it off. A flag comes down, and waiting for the catch by Carey was Niles Morgan to wrap him up and take him down for a loss.
And Niles Morgan had that one sniffed out all the way.
Got enough from Tom Valesi to know that it's against the Elks. Marcus Lewis.
Yeah, if you look right up at the top of the screen, Marcus Lewis on the corner is lined up a little too far forward.
See Morgan closing in on Carey, but no matter. They pick up the 5 yards in the penalty. It's now a 2nd and 3 at the Elks 24. 14-7, second quarter. Edmonton leads it. Toronto's touchdown scored by Deontay McMahon. And the toss to the right to Carey, trying to get the first down yardage. It looks like he has, falling down close to the 20. Had to get just inside the 21.
So, Kevin, what are you seeing as well from some of the other countries? Obviously, we think of Canada as a football country, obviously the United States, but some of the other countries, the growth of the game as well.
Well, I look at Austria's result against Team Canada today, and it's no surprise that when you look at the European champion, they're the European champion. They've got a strong professional league across Europe, and some of the top teams in that European league are coming out of Austria. So it's easy to see where countries that have invested in development and built a pathway for those high performance areas where you're seeing success now on a world stage. So the world's definitely gotten smaller. The one thing I'm excited about is this Argos touchdown.
Toronto touchdown number 2 for Rasheed Bailey from Cameron Dukes. Is yes, indeed, Toronto drives right back down.
You've got to love the poise from Cameron Dukes on this play as he's got a defender right in his face as he throws the ball. Pocket closing in from his backside. And just the calm from the veteran Rasheed Bailey with a defender.
Kevin McDonald used to sling him like that back in his days at Wilfrid Laurier, am I right?
It's a good thing my memory's fading, Rod. I'm glad you remember.
I do, back in your college days.
I laugh. We couldn't get by. I'm looking at Dwayne here, that we couldn't get back his Mustangs, their inevitable Mustangs.
Laurier and Western. Point after try, and this game is tied again. A couple of touchdowns apiece. Kevin McDonald, Football Canada, and football to see in Edmonton with the World Junior Championship. Thank you, and good luck with it. Kevin McDonald. We'll be back. CFL on TSN in Toronto.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardiance at each day's start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects may include ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of infection in your legs or feet. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with the big story to tell.
My ED definitely made me feel broken. Hims was a fantastic find. The low dose daily has given room for spontaneity. That to me is golden for us. Treat ED with doctor trusted medication. Get started today at hims.com.
Frisky's World.
Come on, let's explore.
That's made with real salmon.
Look what I found. Little soups for cats.
There's the delicious taste of tuna we treasure.
Definitely coming back tomorrow.
Friskies, always more to explore.
Offenses are clicking. Argo's second touchdown on a 7-play, 60-yard drive, and it began with a good kickoff return by Janarian Grant.
Yeah, it always nice to have good field position to get things started off. Janarian Grant rewarded with a touch on offense as well. That one will count as a pass, as he's one of 4 Argo receivers to catch passes on this drive. Nice battle here between a couple of veterans, Rashid Bailey, Luchez Purifoy, going at it. Bailey with the win and the touchdown right there.
Touchdown number 2 is an Argo for former Winnipeg Blue Bomber Rashid Bailey. 21-yarder in a 14-14 game. Kicking off from the 30. The Argos. And it goes past Javon Leake and into the end zone. And he does run it out. Gets to the 5. Breaks away for a moment, but can't get it past the 8-yard line. Coming in there, Tyshawn Blackburn on special teams, the rookie for the Argos, to hem the Edmonton Elks deep inside their 10.
And fittingly, Tyshawn Blackburn, one of the guys in this game who played for Team Canada previously. Former University of Alberta Golden Bear. Big play there for the rookie.
So an Edmonton connection for Blackburn on the special teams tackle 2 against Javon Leake. First and 10, Edmonton 9. And going nowhere. It's Benji Franklin on Dylan Mitchell, who's had a big game. His previous catches, one went for a touchdown and one set up a touchdown, but that one gets nothing.
Yeah, they're maybe looking to mix things up a little bit on Benji Franklin, defender who's been in the vicinity on a couple of the Edmonton Elks deep balls in this ball game. Second-year corner, joined Toronto late last season. Their 2 starting corners from last year, Jamal Peters and Quantez Stiggers, both moving on this year, so fresh faces.
Second and 10, right at the 9, back to the left, it's incomplete. Looking for Geno Lewis, who's turned around with Johnson on him, Leonard Johnson, but it's 3rd down, and the Elks this time will have to punt from their end zone.
And it's that part of the field where you always hope to string together a couple of first downs, even if you're not able to drive all the way down the field, but just to tilt the field back a little bit in that field position battle, as the Argos are all set to have another short field. Good offensive starting position here with Edmonton backed up deep in their own end to punt.
Janarian Grant, the returner for Toronto, standing just on his side of midfield with his punt coming from Jake Julian. Good 5 yards plus in his end zone. Gets a great punt away. High to the left, chases Grant back inside the 50. Near the sideline. He cuts it back up, but he doesn't get to the 50-yard line, about the 49, on some good coverage after an excellent punt by Julian. So back comes Cameron Dukes, 6 for 6, 69 yards. Most recently, a touchdown pass to Rasheed Bailey in a 14-14 tie.
These are all keepers. Store more, share more. Get iPhone 15 Pro on us and get a great deal on iPad and Apple Watch SE. Connect with AT&T.
Phone 1. Turn your mobile phone into a gaming console. No console required.
So yeah, USAA, they always have my back.
USAA? You were in the military?
Oh no, I wasn't, but my grandpa was. He joined USAA, passed membership to my mom, then to me.
There's other ways to get in?
Yeah. My neighbor Ron, he's in because his wife served. Even little Luna, once she's born, her dad served.
So all this time I could have had USAA insurance.
And banking.
Where's my phone?
Over there.
USAA, for the military community and their families.
UEFA Euro 2024 continues on TSN. Don't miss tomorrow's Switzerland versus Germany matchup. Germany off to a 2-0 start. The Swiss at 1-1. That's at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific time. Euro 2024 on TSN. McLeod Bethel Thompson talking over with Gino Lewis as the Elks defense is on the field now. Argo football, they start at their 49-yard line now. It's a 14-14 tie. Handing off, Kadeem Carey cuts it back inside, gets across midfield. Good yardage again. Running the ball well in this game, close to an Argo first down.
And nice patience on this run from Kadeem Carey, just setting up his blocks. You'll see him first attack to the left, spot a little cutback lane, turns it north-south to pick up a couple more yards.
Carey has 8 carries and 44 yards, longest of 13, and that one is a pickup of 9, 2nd and 1 now in the Elk zone at their 52. Right back to 25. I don't know if he's going to get the first down. Second effort, though, as he just keeps pushing, and it looks like indeed he does have it that time, getting it down to about the Edmonton 50.
Argo's offensive line, after giving up a couple of early sacks, I think has been allowed to settle in here a little bit with the success of this run game in the first half.
Halfway through the second quarter. 14-14. Last possession by the Argos, a 21-yard pass from Cameron Dukes to Rasheed Bailey to tie this game. Now at the Edmonton 50 on a first down. Back to Kadeem Carey, but again, not much doing there. It's Eric Black who's inserted into the lineup, helping out with Nick Anderson as well on that tackle to make it a short gain for Carey.
And I mentioned earlier some of the youth inexperience of this Edmonton front seven. Niles Morgan, the only veteran in that linebacking core. A defense that had 39 sacks last year. The players responsible for 30 of those 39 are no longer Edmonton Elks.
Eric Black inserted with the injury to Romeo McKnight. 2nd and 9. It's complete. It's Brissett, who looks like he was hurt on that play. It is down at the 40, enough for a first down, but you could tell immediately as he was taken down. Niles Morgan in on the tackle, and it looks like Brissett is hurt, still down on the field.
Dejon Brissett, former 2nd overall pick in 2020, coming off a career year. Looked like that left leg might have hyperextended a little bit on the tackle.
Morgan high and Anderson getting him low, and they are looking, I believe, at the left leg there at Dejan Brissett. Back at BMO Field in a moment.
Catch everything this preseason with NFL Plus. Your first chance to catch rookie debuts, stars rocking their new colors, and what your team season has in store. Don't miss any of the action. Access NFL Plus today on the NFL app.
Guys with bad genes, are they worth it?
Jeans go with everything.
They go with nothing. Dudes, get the new Only Pant by Fabletics.
Awesome.
Want one pair of pants that does everything like magic? Breathable cooling tech. Always stretch. Secure phone pocket.
Bro, I'm in an Only Pant ad.
Water repellent. Work, golf, date night, hiking, biking. It's so everything.
See this stretch?
You forget about the deal you're getting.
For a limited time, the Only Pant is only $24 at Fabletics.com.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus the year's best deals, like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today. Find your nearest dealer at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Join CBS Sports Network as we honor the best that women's college athletics has to offer. It's the Collegiate Women's Sports Awards.
Dejan Brissett, and obviously favoring that left leg as he's helped off the field here once again is how it happened after that catch.
And just as he starts to cut upfield, make a move, hit simultaneously by two players. Looked like the left leg hyperextended a little bit, as cleats may have caught in the turf a bit as he was hit in the leg by linebacker Nick Anderson.
So Tommy Neal comes into the game for the Argos at receiver. It goes to Richie Sindani, a flag coming out, as he is hit pretty well right away. And see what this call is. Not much of a gain there for the Argos.
Offside, Edmonton right end, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
And as we've
see Elliott Brown surprisingly pointing at himself. Was it him?
Yeah, Brown already with a sack in this ball game. I believe that one was against the rookie Antonio Alfano.
Antonio Alfano flagged the offside. So 5 up, 1st and 5 at the Edmonton 35 now. Handing off. About 3 or 4. Kadeem Carey, Deontay McMahon, excuse me, who has the touchdown.
52, 10-yard penalty, repeat first.
But that time, penalty goes against the Argos and the center, Peter Nicastro, to push them back. Back to the 45 and a first down again, this time 15 yards to go. 6:02 on the clock until halftime. These offenses have had explosive moments in this game. 2 touchdowns each. Some big passing plays too. Quickly to the right. It is caught, but nothing doing again. Gain of about 5 yards. A 2nd down and 10 coming up. That's Mackay Polk. Mentioned the rookie receiver filling the spot of Tavares Daniels for this game.
Yeah, that 1st and extra long situation. Yeah, the defense taking advantage of that in terms of the way they choose to play it. Willingness to give up anything short, just keep the play in front of you, come forward and make the tackle as they did.
Keep it to a 2nd and long, still 9 yards to go. Inside the 40. Deep look, end zone, too far. Tommy Neal, the intended receiver. Kai Gray was right with him step for step. So a third down is coming up. And we would assume we will see Lirim Hairolahu come up. But we do have a challenge flag coming out here from the Argos. Ryan Dinwiddie. Something he saw.
Toronto is challenging that there was defensive pass interference on the play. We'll review the play.
You saw how far the ball went into the end zone, and Tommy Neal nowhere close, Dwayne. Are they assuming, looking at Kai Gray's coverage on Tommy Neal?
Yeah, originally I thought there were maybe cross signals on this one, but I don't think it was Neal he was looking for. I think that Cameron Dukes is looking for Mackay Polk, expecting him to break to the post. Polk tries to go that way and is impeded by the defender, and this is why I think you're seeing the challenge flag from the Argo sideline.
So looking for that move from Polk, and of course it never happened, and Neal on the other side happened to be the closest receiver, but not the intended one, as they have challenged it. And a big challenge too here on a 2nd and 9. There's a live look. Dave Foxcroft in the command center as they take a look at that. That coverage by the rookie Devodrick Bynum in his first CFL game, number 16.
See that in full speed. You can see clearly preventing the receiver from getting where he wanted to go.
Command center's seen it, and they made the decision to be announced now by the referee, Tom Valesi.
After review from the command center, we have defensive pass interference, Edmonton number 16. Ball will be placed at the 18-yard line, automatic first down.
So that was Devodrick Bynum, number 16, called, and a big first down for the Argos. Under 5 minutes to go until halftime, and a chance to take the lead with it down around the 16-yard line.
And you can see Cameron Dukes after that last throw hit the turf immediately, turned and kind of signaled to the sideline, looking for the challenge as he saw his receiver tangled up with the defender.
Ryan Dinwiddie had lost his previous 9 challenges, so successful there. The ball at the 18 and a 1st and 10. Handing off. Deontay McMahon down near the 10 for the Argo running back in his 2nd year, and a good pickup on first down, 2nd and short here.
And there was a lot of talk in Argo land about Deontay McMahon when the team brought him in last year. They really liked him, but obviously a lot of depth at that position. Tough to get him on the field.
Well, he's on the field. He's carrying a lot more now, as he does have enough for the first down to set up a 1st and goal now for the Argos. McMahon, another touch. Got over 50 yards rushing so far, and of course has the touchdown. Kadeem Carey, their number 1 running back, and always smiling. But yeah, when you look at last year, especially at playoff time, and Andrew Harris is healthy again, and they got AJ Olette. 1st and goal. Dukes just takes off. Touchdown. Cameron Dukes calls his number. Put 6 more on the board for Toronto.
And you get a pretty good look at the opportunity that Cameron Dukes saw. Beautifully executed quarterback draw as he goes untouched into the end zone.
And his 2nd rushing touchdown in this, the 2nd game of the season for the Argos. Going after Hairolahu. 7-point lead. There have been 5 touchdowns scored in this game. The Argos head back in front. And Dukes 4th CFL start. These starts this season, of course, meaning a lot more as he heads into the season #1 quarterback.
Argo's offense had the right call at the right time. Beautifully executed as they take the lead here late in the first half.
They started on offense punting in back-to-back drives, and since then 3 straight touchdown drives. The McMahon run, and then the pass for Bailey, and then that run for number 11 Cameron Dukes, second year at a Lindsey Wilson. Backing up Chad Kelly last year, as mentioned, got a couple of starts. With Kelly suspended for at least half the season, Dukes making the most of his opportunity now. As mentioned, a good game in week 1 against BC for their 8-point victory. And they're in front now by 7 on the Edmonton Elks late in the first half. Javon Leak breaks through. Another good return by Leak against his old team. He gets it up across the Edmonton 45 for Bethel Thompson to come back on in what should be the last play before the 3-minute warning. Bethel Thompson, 10 of 13 for 127 yards passing and a couple of touchdown passes as well to Dylan Mitchell and Eugene Lewis.
A pretty good first half for both of these quarterbacks.
Handing off, Kevin Brown has got room, found a hole, and a bunch more across midfield, and a first down as he gets it down to the Argo 51. And the 3-minute warning is given. 2:55 in the clock. Lots of offense in this game, including this. Short run, Cameron Dukes, touchdown, and a 7-point Argo lead.
At the Ram Make This the Summer event, you can take a vacation from payments on the most awarded light and heavy-duty trucks. The most luxurious Ram 1500 ever. And the most advanced Ram heavy-duty pickups. Hurry into your local Ram dealer and make the most of your summer with great deals plus no payments for 90 days.
Now during the Ram Make This the Summer event, get $1,000 cash allowance plus finance and get no monthly payments for 90 days on the purchase of most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardiance at each day's start. As time went on, it was easy to see. I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects may include ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of infection in your legs or feet. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
Great game so far in Toronto. We have a big halftime planned. JB has been praising Ryan Dinwiddie this entire half, haven't you, Coach?
Great play calling. Just fantastic.
There's the breakdown. We don't even need to go to halftime.
A very emotional assessment by Coach Parker there on Coach Dinwiddie, would you say?
Very efficient analysis as well. No wasted words there.
He's saving him for halftime. Getting the panel coming up at the half. Elk football trying to get some more on the board, but Derek Parrish and that Argo defense tightening up there on that first down play. And not quite close enough for a field goal try, not even for the booming leg of Boris Beatty, I would think. The ball back to the 52 Argos. Although Beatty has hit some big ones. Ryan Dinwiddie, when he was with the Argos, had Beatty in to try about a 61-yard try in Saskatchewan, though Mario Alford, this was a couple of years ago, returned the missed field goal for a touchdown late in that game. So always a factor consider trying the long ones, even late in the half. 2:24 on the clock. Breaking free is Javon Leake. As mentioned, they're trying to use him more than just as a returner specialist, and he's all there for that. Used to be a running back in high school and college.
Yeah, no question. Coming in for Kevin Brown, they go to an empty set here with Leake lined up out wide, setting things up to try and get him that hitch screen out in space. Decent job defending, but as we've seen, both he and his replacement as the kick returner, primary kick returner here in Toronto, Janarian Grant, both getting some touches on offense as well. As the teams, their respective teams, try to make the most of their skills with the ball in their hands.
So it is a third down and about 4 to go, and the ball around the 45. But Jake Julian out. Talked about Boris Beatty and Chris Jones not chancing the field goal try here. Julian on to punt it. 2:09 on the clock until halftime. Trying to get them deep. Janarian Grant watches it as it goes into the end zone. The Elks would have preferred something a little bit inside the 5. So 1 point on the board for the Edmonton Elks, but yes, respect, Dwayne, you see, and the fear of what these two return men can do in the CFL.
Yeah, very impressive resumes as returners, and as you extrapolate that to what they might be able to do on offense, you see the respect they're being given when they show up in their team's backfield.
So from the 40, a flag comes out on the first down for Dukes, completing it to Kadeem Carey. Up at midfield, he keeps going inside the Elk zone down near the 45, but wait and see what the flag is. It came out just with the snap of the ball. Ball comes back. The original line of scrimmage where they'll march it off.
Procedure, Toronto number 81, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
So Tommy Neal, veteran out of McMaster, in this game after the injury to Dejan Brissett, is flagged there 5 yards back to the Argo 35.
Seeing Tommy Neal get a little bit more of an opportunity here. It's the emergence of those other Canadian receivers, Brissett, Neal, David Ungerer, all had career highs last year that allowed the Argos to trade Curly Gittins Jr.
So 1st and 15 at the 35. That's complete to Richie Sindani. Gets some of it back across the 40. So 2nd down and long is coming up here for the Argos. 1:40 on the clock and a 6-point lead and an entertaining first half. There is Dejan Brissett. Good to see him still in full gear, and he had left favoring that left leg, but it seems to be a lot better now.
Yeah, testing it out a little bit. His brother O'Shea amongst those players named to the preliminary Team Canada basketball roster as they prepare for the Summer Olympics.
2nd and 7 at the 43. Dukes deep over the middle. It's nearly intercepted by Bynum. He was the closest one to it, kneeled in the area. Bynum coming down, but does not hang on to it, so 3rd down is coming up.
Yeah, kneeled was the intended target. You'll see him coming across the middle, right to left on your screen. This one just goes beyond his reach. Bynum sliding in, trying to make the grab. But the egg slipped through the basket.
And that was the first incompletion in this game for Cameron Dukes, who is now 9 for 10. So to punt is John Haggerty. Had 6 punts in week 1 against BC, 3 of them inside the 10, which is a significant stat for punters, and that's amazing to have 3 in one game. Gives you an idea how accurate he can be in placing the football, and trying to do it again. Gets the roll, and inside the 10 it is for Leake, but he has got some return ability. A flag comes out as he just heads out of bounds. His old teammate Haggerty there. One of the great special teamers. Used to be teammates in Toronto, but but is this one coming back? Another terrific punt by John Haggerty.
It's been interesting to watch some of the strategy employed by Argo's special teams coordinator Mickey Donovan against his former returner, basically trying to get the ball on the ground. Don't let him catch it in the air, as that's when he's most dangerous.
During the return, illegal block. Edmonton number 38. Captains to the goal, first down.
And we had talked earlier to Javon Leake about that, about his old teammate Haggerty, and about especially the Aussie-style punters, and just how frustrating it can be for a returner, especially, as you say, when it ends up on the ground.
Yeah, and in an instant like this where Haggerty drives the ball, not necessarily a ton of hang time, but drives it to get it on the ground before Leake can get to that place on the field. But that backspin that keeps it from going into the end zone.
Elks are deep in their zone. That one incomplete, intended there for Curly Gittins. The catch earlier in this half, but under a minute to go, 59 seconds now, and you do see the value of having a good punter who can pin a team deep like that.
A huge weapon in the Canadian game where field position is such a big part of the battle.
On a 2nd and 10, Edmonton at their 2. That's caught. Big first down. Elks breathing room there. Hergy Mayala with the catch.
Yeah, big connection there between a couple of veterans, Bethel Thompson and Mayala. Give this Edmonton offense a little bit of breathing room and keep their hopes of putting up points before the end of the half alive.
From the 20, Kevin Brown. 48 seconds on the clock. Another 2nd and long coming up here for the Elks, who had a 13-point lead in Week 1 against Saskatchewan and couldn't hang on. 21 points scored by the Riders to come back and win that one by 8. And then last week they were hanging in there with Montreal, ultimately losing to a very good Alouettes team by 3 points. So, yep, close doesn't count when it comes to the record. They're coming at 0-2, but you can see signs of progress for this Edmonton team, but not there as Bethel Thompson is hauled down. A flag comes out, taken down by Ralph Hawley, inserted into the Argo lineup with the injury to Falarin Arimolade.
Illegal contact. Toronto number 19. 10-yard penalty. Result will be a first down.
It's Marquise Waters, another one inserted into the Argo lineup because of injury.
Yeah, Waters at linebacker is going to adjust out on the boundary side to take that number 2 receiver. And he took a little too much of him.
Getting the start at weak side linebacker in the Edmonton 31. And that is caught. It's Gittins and right down on that first down play. 31 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd down coming up.
Edmonton chipping away, moving the ball, but time is their enemy in this instance. The clock ticks below 30.
Elks trailing by 6. 22 on the clock till halftime. It's caught. It's Gittins again. Another ex-Argo up across the 50. So getting close to midfield, seeing if they can get close enough for Boris Beatty to try one.
And that's more the kind of chunk yardage you'd expect them to go after in this situation.
12 seconds. Deeper ball down the right. Dylan Mitchell had a chance at it, but not this time. Leonard Johnson there, but that close to setting themselves up deep in the Argo zone. 6 seconds on the clock. Boris Beatty's career high is 56 yards, but not close to that yet.
And Dylan Mitchell again, bottom of the screen. Nice job with sort of the subtle stop and bump to create a little bit of separation. He tries to adjust twisting outside to that ball, but unable to pull it in.
They need about 10 yards, even for a long field goal try. 4 seconds. It's caught. Mitchell down. 1 second on the clock. And that definitely helps him get into the Beatty range now. Benji Franklin takes him down.
Timer, please reset the game clock to 1 second.
Fans don't like it, but they'll have a chance to kick a field goal here.
Yeah, you can see the last second tick off after the receiver was already down.
As Mitchell was turning, did Benji Franklin do the Elks a favor there? with so little to go.
They should have held him up.
If he'd held him up, yeah, then we'd be talking halftime here. So yeah, the wind is, I guess, the wind down there is really playing havoc if you're wondering why Beatty is staying on the sideline. So they'll just run a play. And it won't be much. There's another sack there for the Argos. Number 94, Jake Seresna, the ex-Elk, gets a sack right at the end of the half. So a breeze down at field level and no field goal try for Boris Beatty. Now lots of offense in this game, including for that man, Rashid Bailey, who had one catch, but it was a significant one as he picked up one of the Argo touchdowns as they take the lead to the dressing room. His old coach, Paul Lapalisse, standing by with Rashid Bailey.
Rashid on the touchdown, really nice throw. You've got both deep touchdowns this year by Cameron Dukes. Tell us what happened on that play.
Man, strongly believe in that guy. I'm the energy guy. I'm the guy that sparks everything. He puts the ball up. He trusts me. We work hard throughout the week. He's building his confidence up every single day, and it's just beautiful to see him excel like this, man.
Ryan Dinwiddie said great things about your leadership. What have you brought over from your time, and how have you impacted this team?
It's just special to see. I get goosebumps just seeing my impact on this team and the energy that I bring every single day. I'm consistent with who I am. I show up every single day. I give everything I got. I pour it into these dudes, and they respond to me, man. And it's beautiful to see, man.
Awesome to see. All right, thank you. Thank you. Back to you, Kate, and the panel. Miss you guys.
Miss you too, Lapo. It's funny, that's the exact same speech Jim gives us. Rashid Bailey just said before every single pregame. He gets goosebumps just talking about himself. So this is appropriate that we are beginning with you, Coach. And look, we said it at the 3-minute warning there. Ryan Dinwiddie, he made some immediate adjustments in this game. Cameron Dukes comes out for that first series, doesn't look good whatsoever. All of a sudden, we see the Argos running the ball, and it turned everything in this football game.
Yeah, 2 series, 2 sacks. He says, the heck with this noise. Running the ball doesn't just happen. It takes scheme. And what he does, he starts his first run. You're going to see they bring Rashid Bailey across to kick out, adds a gap. Now they're going to line up with a tight end, add a gap, and again, it creates a problem. On this next run, they're going to run a counter. They're going to counter, send linemen one way and send the back the other way. The linebackers read those linemen, and now they get blocks by Rashid Bailey out in the field, and McMahon is able to turn it into a score. And then they empty the backfield, and from 8 yards, 7 yards out, Dukes goes in untouched. That's schematics. That's running the ball with a purpose.
And when you need to run the ball and you run the ball with a purpose and you get those long runs, you have to have some receivers blocking. And you talked about Rashid Bailey. Rashid Bailey is maybe the best complete receiver in the league. When I talk about complete receiver, I'm not talking about somebody who gets 1,000 yards, a bunch of catches. It's someone who can catch the ball and can also block. You see Rashid Bailey, but what he's doing, he talked about it. He's rubbing off on those other players, those other receivers. Brissett, Tommy Neal. They're so excited. This wasn't a touchdown catch. This was them blocking. But he also can catch the ball. He also can make those big plays with need be. Right here, we saw him do it in Winnipeg, and I'm sure Winnipeg would love to have him back right now because he is a complete receiver. He blocks. He makes catches. He does whatever his team needs to do to make plays. And I also remember I used to do that Dwayne Ford. I always used to block sometimes.
You block all the time.
There it is, all the time. Dwayne Ford didn't believe so, but I used to block sometimes too, Chess.
I'm looking at DB
and we're sitting up here watching Benji Franklin. We think these DB coaches for Toronto must be losing their minds what they've seen in the first half. Benji Franklin, you got to play with your eyes as a DB. I truly believe it. You often hear, keep your eyes out of the backfield. I disagree. Keep your eyes in the backfield through 3 steps. Once the quarterback gets past his 3rd step, you recognize it's not 3-step drop. Get your eyes out of the backfield. Right there, he just runs right by him, right here. You see the slant. You close, not to the quarterback, Benji, close to the receiver. He's still looking at the quarterback. Again, big play, the second one of the half. And then there's another one here. This, I think, is like some sort of coverage where he's reading number 2. You see number 2 there? He's looking for the out, but he's got to buy some time for the high half to get over there. He doesn't. He lets him go outside of him. Again, a technique error right there. When you're the outside guy, a lot of coverages in today's game, that outside corner is reading number 2. When number 2 comes out, his job is to come off. But you got to buy some time. You slow play it. Buy time for the inside guy to get up top. We saw 3 times where his eyes got him in trouble in that first half. I know their DB coach, Willie Fields, and D coordinator, is an excellent technician. I know he's not having that, and he's got to be losing
But as
his
a
mind.
player, when it happens to you twice, how does it happen? How does it keep happening?
I have teammates it's happened more than twice. It happened 3 times. And Don Matthews says when it happens 3 times or 4 times, you're going to be having dinner on Delta on the way home.
Remember I told you guys a story where a player got burnt when he shouldn't have got burnt and he got cut at halftime? The coach told him, this is your last half of football. Enjoy it. Hopefully that's not the case for him, but he better come out and play better.
Quick thing here. That guy, Benji Franklin, he's 6 feet tall. He ran a 4.32, and his fastest time was a 4.25.
That's wild.
If he has better technique, he'd be a great player.
But that means he thinks he can catch up. Like, that's what you're saying, too, right?
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
He's gotta be better.
But, man, I feel like we really piled on him. We really did. Let's get back to the positive talk, right? The Rasheed Bailey and the Ryan Dinwiddie, because the Argos are winning currently. A great first half of football. We'll see what happens in the second. More coming up after this.
I can block Dwayne Ford.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
We get both Reese's.
Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. The feeling of a comforting hug from your Nana, but with the taste of creamy, delicious coffee.
Introducing your new favorite shirt, the Lightweight Hoodie. Crafted with an ultra-light, quick-dry fabric, has exceptional breathability, natural sun protection, and is made from buttery soft bamboo for unmatched comfort. Your go-to summer hoodie has arrived.
Sup?
Who are you?
I'm your inner child. Get in. Listen, horsepower keeps you going, but torque gets you going. Oh, now we're torquing.
The Dodge Hornet RT, the totally torqued out crossover.
Frisky's World.
Come on, let's explore.
That's made with real salmon.
Look what I found. Little soups for cats.
There's the delicious taste of tuna we treasure.
Definitely coming back tomorrow.
Amazing helped Anthony through night classes. Amazing starts at CSL Plasma. Donate plasma today and receive up to $700 your first month. You can help create medicines that save lives while making a difference in your own. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing.
The food inspo you've been looking for? The spicy black bean burger. It's good on the farms. Morningstar Farms.
Clean, moisturizing hair care isn't a myth. It's native shampoo and conditioner.
I'll light a candle for you.
Find space at Spring Hill Suites, the official hotel partner of U.S. Soccer.
Actually went to One Main. I was able to have the funds pretty quickly, use those funds immediately. It was great, it was easy, and felt very secure.
Create your estate plan at trustandwill.com.
Week 3 in the CFL wraps up with some Sunday night football with the Hamilton Tiger Cats once again taking on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. It's the first time in franchise history that the Riders have started 2-0 on the road. Should be a great one, hopefully like last week. A 33-30 comeback win over the Tiger Cats in Hamilton. It was a thriller, and the Riders have had a knack for doing this at the end of the games so far this season. Milt, who do you like in this rematch?
That's where we're going, Kate. I thought we were saying what we were looking for.
Now I'm asking you who's going to win. I make the rules.
I like Hamilton to win this one. It's not going to be an easy task. The Rough Riders, Rider Nation will be out in full. 2-0. Corey Mace making his coaching debut at home in front of Rider Nation. It's not going to be easy, but I think Bo Levi Mitchell and Tim White will come up big. He struggled these first 2 games, but I'm looking for Tim White to come up big, and I think the Tiger Cats will pull this one out by the hair of their chinny chin chin.
Well, hopefully Bo can also cover because they've given up 65 points in 2 games. That defense in Hamilton, they got to be better. The offense is sad. We all want to see, how would Trevor Harris come back off his injury? He's looked great, averaging over 30 points a game, and this Hamilton defense has struggled. That's what I'm looking at. And who do I like?
Who are you picking?
It's not a pick segment. I like Kate. Just like Kate said, I decide what I do. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking to see that.
Well, hold on, I had to pick. You got to pick, Chaz.
Between Trevor Harris and that Hamilton defensive struggle.
Well, it surprised me as I thought back to that game. I remembered at the end Saskatchewan scoring to win the ball game.
Right.
You want to look back at the stats. Saskatchewan controlled a lot of it. They had 24 first downs to 15 for Hamilton, 390 passing yards to 380 passing yards. Yeah. Very even match. I kind of believe Saskatchewan at home is going to get a little boost. Yeah. This is a huge game for Hamilton, but a huger game for Saskatchewan.
You pick Saskatchewan?
I'll pick Saskatchewan.
You're a coward, Chaz. You're a coward.
I'm looking at AJ Ouellette.
Coward.
Hey,
wow,
I was saying who I was. Oh, you know what? I can't even talk about my pick because there's the Super Dogs. I was going to talk about AJ, but instead, look at this. There's dog running on the field. That's fun.
Coward?
Soft, Chaz.
Wow.
Who you picking, Chaz?
Wow, nobody. The Dogs.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus the year's best deals, like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today. Find your nearest dealer at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Fellas, summer's coming. So here's the deal. Fabletics, all Fabletics, 70% off. Whoa, that's the deal for Gym to Swim 1 short, the best-selling fundamental short, the do-it-all only pant, the swag-tastic 1 jogger, lined, unlined, and inseam options. All shirts, polos, golf gear, 70% off. All shorts, pants, joggers, 70% off. Simple, summer, Fabletics gets it, so get Fabletics. Right now, get 70% off in-store and online at Fabletics.com.
So yeah, USAA, they always have my back.
USAA? You were in the military?
Oh no, I wasn't, but my grandpa was. He joined USAA, passed membership to my mom, then to me.
There's other ways to get in?
Yeah. My neighbor Ron, he's in because his wife served. Even little Luna, once she's born, her dad served.
So all this time I could have had USAA insurance.
And banking.
Where's my phone?
Over there.
USAA, for the military community and their families.
Backbone 1, PlayStation Edition. Enhance your gaming experience.
Protect your family's dreams. Under our roof. American Family Insurance.
You are the future. Pursue tech careers with the DeVry Scholars Program. Advance your ambition.
Happy birthday, Marty. Oh, no, you don't. Let me get this.
Ah, thanks. You're too kind.
I've heard that.
Unlimited 2% cash back. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card.
You cracked the case. And all the while, you were soaking in the bath. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen.
With so many choices on Booking.com, there are so many Tina Feys I could be. So I hired body doubles.
Mountain climbing Tina at a cabin. Or tree climbing Tina at a beach resort.
Nice. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
What's going on over there?
I thought my mom was mad at me, but she just emailed me a bunch of coupon links, so everything's fine.
You do know that online coupons could be a scam. You should Genie that.
Download Norton Genie to find out if an email, text, or website is a scam.
Hope that a lot of other people don't have.
Argos by 6 at the half. Here's a look at the halftime stats.
Yeah, I thought when the Argos got that running game going, that made a huge difference for them in terms of allowing the rest of their offense to flow from it.
As for Edmonton, touchdown catch for Gino Lewis, standing by with Paul Lapalus.
Gino, big half for you guys. What have you done well in the first half, and what do you want to do in the second half?
Just making plays, man. We're out there making plays. We're getting opportunities, and we just got to be more consistent, take away some of them penalties, and get a couple stops, and we're going to be good.
It's amazing seeing the McLeod Bethel-Thompson's ability to hit the ball all over the field. I mean, how is that for you guys, the receivers?
That's what he does, man. You never know where he's going to go. He can make every throw, so it's pick your poison. You know what I mean?
Better be going deep every time, right?
Exactly.
All right. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
One of 2 catches for touchdowns from McLeod Bethel-Thompson. Gino Lewis had one. Dylan Mitchell had the other. The Elks had led for a good chunk of this first half, but they do trail by 6 now. 3 Argo touchdowns, 21-15 the score. Heading into the third quarter now, but the Elks will get the ball first. And there is Bethel-Thompson, who was 15 of 20 for 186 in those 2 TD passes. He's averaging over 300 yards passing per game so far.
And McLeod Bethel-Thompson. There had been some criticism as he had more interceptions than touchdowns coming into this game, but I think a little bit of that has been the fact of game situation, trying to push the ball down the field a little bit. But Macbeth has been terrific in the early going here.
On the kickoff from Hyra Lahu, and it is Javon Leake with it at the 20. Gets across, breaks free across the 40 to the 50. So Leake has had some good returns going here against his old squad. That one to start the second half, but a flag did come out, and it looks like it'll be pushing the Elks further back.
In the return, holding. Edmonton number 6. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Here's a look at the first half we were talking about with McLeod Bethel-Thompson.
Yeah, a couple really good throws from him, and particularly those deep balls that you heard Lapo allude to earlier. Finding Dylan Mitchell and Gino Lewis. Got after Benji Franklin a couple times on the corner, as you heard. Our own veteran corner, Ches, talk about on the panel after the half.
It's a handoff to Kevin Brown at the 20. He does manage to squeak through, taken down at the 25. So 2nd and 5 coming up here for the Elks.
Yeah, credit to Kevin Brown that he was able to turn that into a positive play, as it looked like the Argo defense had kind of flattened it out, forcing him laterally at the point of attack. But Brown, with that low center of gravity, strong lower body, fought outside and kept driving to turn this one into a 2nd and 5.
6 carries, 25 yards for Kevin Brown. Big difference in the running game in favor of the Argos so far in this one. Pressure coming, and it gets hit at the line. You see it wobble, intended for Gino Lewis, falls incomplete, and a 2-and-out for Edmonton.
Yeah, Quincy Moget coming up the middle. The nickel linebacker got a piece of that one, as Bethel-Thompson tried to check it down. Former BC Lion, who arrived in free agency as a replacement for Adarius Pickett.
who went off to the Ottawa Red Blacks for an excellent season with the Argos. But Mauger, good play on defense, Toronto, to force a third down. And an Edmonton player getting some attention down on the field at about the 20.
And that's guard Thomas Jack Kurtula. Slow to get up.
And a challenge flag coming up now. Chris Jones. Thomas Jack Kurtula heading off the field. The backup offensive lineman is Shane Richards, a former Argo. Chris Jones pleading his case with the referee Tom Valesi and wanting to challenge a pass that was deflected by Mauger at the line of scrimmage.
So Edmonton is looking for pass interference against Herji Mayala. He's going to run the under route here, and watch, he gets knocked off his feet by the linebacker as he's on that crossing route. Here he'll come right to left on your screen. Winton McManus steps into him.
Edmonton is not challenging the play. They were given information. They're picking up the challenge.
And was it being deflected at the line of scrimmage?
That's the information that impacts the ruling on that call, basically negating what would have been pass interference against Toronto with the ball in the air.
So with the wind at his back, Jake Julian, the punter now, who comes into this game leading the CFL in punting average and net punting average, over 42 yards. Standing at his 10 and needing a good one now. Arian Grant alone back at the Argo 30. Julian. Grant takes it across the 35, 40, 45. Luke Burton among those. Coverage for the Elks to take him down as Cameron Dukes comes back on after a productive first half, not so much in terms of yardage, but didn't get those touchdowns, established the running game well too.
Yeah, and some of those passes, when you think about screens and shovel passes, that are almost like an extension of the run game. But under 100 yards passing for Cameron Dukes, but 9 of 10. Again, this is a young quarterback. One of the most important measures for Cameron Dukes at this time is taking care of the football, and he's done that. He's made the plays that he's needed to make. He hasn't overextended himself.
He has 9 completions to 7 different receivers. That's Janarian Grant, the returner, the injured Argonaut, getting some attention right now. And this is what happened to Grant as he was taken down. Aubrey Miller and Burton Cron in on that. And Scott Hutter coming in as well.
And I wondered if his head hit the turf hard there is how it looked, though they appear to be checking his armor.
One of the great returners in the history of the Canadian Football League. Had so many explosive plays as a member of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, including one in the Grey Cup against the Argos a couple of years ago, back at BMO, right after this.
Here's to sweet summer days together in Wisconsin.
Every day, we provide expert care to thousands of patients. But when you're here, you'll be treated like the most important patient we've ever had. Because you are. Introducing Endeavor Health.
At Wendy's, you can get
an English muffin and seasoned potatoes for just $3.
with a light and fluffy toasted muffin.
And crispy potatoes, love.
Ooh.
Is this my breakfast? Yes, it is.
She bought it.
Grab a proper $3 Wendy's breakfast for a limited time.
Just like brand name drugs have generic versions, original biologics can have biosimilars. The result is more medication options at potentially more competitive prices.
This is the baked apple phyllo tart. I grew up with a grandmother that made the best apple pie. This is the moment. And this is that phyllo feeling.
Carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
Paramount Plus.
Copa America 2024 well underway. USA and Bolivia kicking off tomorrow at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, keeping the summer of soccer going right here on TSN. Janarian Grant. And they pull back the medical tent, injured on that last return. Argo football now. Up at the 48, a first down. They start the second half with a 6-point lead. Cameron Dukes, under 100 yards passing, but high completion percentage. Completes another one there, coming back on that hitch, and that's DeMonte Coxey. Seeing him, he missed the opener as he was hurt a couple of weeks ago. Couldn't play in the game against BC.
Yeah, it gives the Argos another big target. Coxey, the breakout year for Toronto last season. Second leading receiver behind only Davaris Daniels, nearly 800 yards.
And that's his first catch of 2024 in a 3-yard pickup, actually second down and shorter than that, than the 7. Rolling out, and that one just to nobody. Falls incomplete. So third down coming up here for the Argos.
Elliott Brown once again, the man who supplies the pressure, does a good job staying at home as they're trying to get him to crash and allow Dukes to break contain, but Elliott Brown not fooled. 2 sacks for him for Edmonton last season. One of the guys they're sort of counting on to help fill the void with the loss of guys like A.C. Leonard and Jake Seresna, who combined for 24 sacks a year ago.
Haggerty back to punt. Luchez Purifoy is back there with Javon League as Haggerty inside his 45 gets it away. And off the hop, heading League's way inside the 10. And gets up close to the 20. Edmonton looking for win number 1. They're 6 points behind early second half.
At the Jeep Make This the Summer event, you can take a vacation from payments on the most capable Wrangler ever. Our most affordable SUV, Jeep Compass. The only open-air pickup, Jeep Gladiator. And the most awarded SUV ever, Jeep Grand Cherokee. Hurry into your Jeep brand dealer and make the most out of summer with great deals plus no payments for 90 days.
During the Jeep Make This the Summer event, get $2,000 bonus cash allowance, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2024 Jeep Gladiator and most 2024 Jeep Wrangler gas-powered models.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Right now, you can get any size of our new Groovy Fries and Groovy Sauce for $1. Wait, who would get the small? Okay, that makes no sense. Get any size Groovy Fry for $1. Live free, eat Sonic.
These are all keepers. Store more, share more. Get iPhone 15 Pro on us and get a great deal on iPad and Apple Watch SE. Connect with AT&T.
Frisky's World.
Come on, let's explore.
That's made with real salmon.
Look what I found. Little soups for cats.
There's the delicious taste of tuna we treasure.
Definitely coming back tomorrow.
Friskies, always more to explore.
For all the talk of the ex-Argos coming back with Edmonton, there's an ex-Elk now taking on his old team. And Jake Seresna, Dwayne, had some good years in green and gold.
Yeah, he certainly did after starting his career in Ottawa. Traded for Odell Willis, as I recall. But yeah, monster year last year, 12 sacks for Edmonton. Primarily a defensive tackle, but spent some time playing the end spot as he's primarily doing today for the Argonauts.
A former All-Star in that Edmonton defensive front, now with the Argos. As Bethel Thompson completes this one to Javon Leake, getting more involved in that Elks offense, and a first down for Edmonton.
There you see the numbers for Jake Ceresno over the course of his CFL career. Guy playing primarily on the inside with a couple of seasons back-to-back double-digit sacks. Very impressive numbers.
And Javon Leake came into this game with 6 touches, 5 carries, and a catch, and he has his second one tonight for 17 yards. That last one getting it out to the 30. First down, and that one caught, and getting up is Kevin Brown, but just barely getting back to the line of scrimmage if he did. Mechie coming in to finish off Kevin Brown.
Stumble there that made things a little tougher for Brown to get any positive yardage on that play.
Actually lost about a foot. 2nd and 11, we'll call it. The Edmonton 29 for McLeod Bethel Thompson and Argo from 17 to 19. And then after the lost COVID year, 21 and 22 as well. 5 seasons with Toronto. That's off an Argo defender and nearly intercepted. Quentin McManus, it hit him, his back was turned to the play, and it went up in the air, and Mason Pierce nearly grabbed a gift.
Quentin McManus dropping into coverage. That one hit him right in the back of the helmet, popped straight up. Mason Pierce, valiant effort, but unable to get there in time.
Jake Julian to punt it away. Another good punt by Julian, chasing the Argos back. Genarian Grant. That is Pierce on the return. Mason Pierce in returning punch now with that injury in the previous return to Grant, so he gets it up across the 35 for Toronto. Not a role he expected to be playing in this game tonight.
During the return, holding. Toronto number 90, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Argos really establishing the run in the first half. Kadeem Carey was a part of that win.
If you watch the start of this game, Toronto didn't necessarily come out running the ball immediately. They came out trying to throw the ball a little bit, gave up a couple of sacks. It was after that Kadeem Carey became a little bit more involved, as well as the combination. We saw Deontay McMahon in a couple of package type plays for him, Janarian Grant as well. But that run game, I think, is what has allowed.
And McMahon throws off, and it's intercepted by Purifoy. And Lucas Purifoy has it down around the Toronto 25. So we just talked about the running game and McMahon, and lo and behold, they try to throw off it, and it blows up in their face. As the Elks with their biggest defensive play of the game on the throw by McMahon. Intercepted Purifoy, and the Elks are in business.
So yeah, USAA, they always have my back.
USAA? You were in the military?
Oh no, I wasn't, but my grandpa was. He joined USAA, passed membership to my mom, then to me.
There's other ways to get in?
Yeah. My neighbor Ron, he's in because his wife served. Even little Luna, once she's born, her dad served.
So all this time I could have had USAA insurance.
And banking.
Where's my phone?
Over there.
USAA, for the military community and their families.
Fellas, summer's coming. So here's the deal.
Fabletics, all Fabletics, 70% off. Whoa, that's the deal for Gym to Swim One Short, the best-selling fundamental short, the do-it-all only pant, the swag-tastic one jogger, lined, unlined, and inseam options. All shirts, polos, golf gear, 70% off. All shorts, pants, joggers, 70% off. Simple, summer, Fabletics gets it, so get Fabletics. Right now, get 70% off in-store and online at fabletics.com.
At Domino's, we've heard in focus groups that some people don't love our classic crust. Too doughy.
It's not thin enough.
So here's another pizza.
All the ingredients come together.
And so what if I told you this was Domino's?
Just a Domino's, for real.
Introducing Domino's New York style pizza. Try it tonight.
Choose between Reese's Legendary Cup and the new metal shape? That's like trying to pick between Alex Morgan and Sophia Smith.
You don't have to choose. Same team.
So I get both Reese's?
Actually, we get both Reese's.
Well, Deontay McMahon doing all right running the ball, not so great passing it here. You see the free safety, Luchez Purifoy. Some of the other Elks on defense may have been fooled by this play. Purifoy wasn't. He stays over top, makes a terrific break to the football. Great jump on the play to step in front of the intended receiver, Tommy Neal. You think about the success Cameron Dukes has had throwing the ball, making good decisions, taking care of it. Let him make those decisions.
Javon Leake is the
not
ball
necessarily
carrier.
The running back.
Sorry, Dwayne Leake on the carry. And the first interception of the season for the veteran, Luchez Purifoy.
Yeah, Purifoy. Terrific play once again. A couple of pick sixes for him last year. Looked for a second like he might take that one down the sidelines.
Little consoling there after the interception thrown by Deontay McMahon and the 20th career interception for Luchez Purifoy. So a short gain on first down. Javon Leake, it is a second down and 8 at the Argo 21 from McLeod Bethel Thompson. He steps up. He finds a receiver 2 for a first down. Familiar face, Curly Gittins has it. Another pass and catch, Bethel Thompson to Gittins. And the Elks are close to the Argo end zone.
Yeah, nice escape here by McLeod Bethel Thompson. Looked for a minute like he might tuck this one and run, but saw that Curly Gittins had a little bit of breathing room away from the safety, Royce Mechie. So he guns it in there to the 10-yard line.
Right to the 10. First and goal, Edmonton, and looking to retake the lead. They're down by 6. They had led 7-0 and 14-7 in this game. And so long touchdown. Hergy Mayala, who came in as the only Elk receiver who had a touchdown, picks up his 3rd TD of this young season in Game 3. And a tie game now pending the point after coming up here for Boris Beatty.
And it'll be Mayala crossing the field here. Just has a step inside position on his man in coverage to Sean Amos.
He had 2 touchdown catches for Edmonton in their opener against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. So he gets number 3 there. And Dwayne, as you talked about, it's a good turnaround for the career of Hergy Mayala, originally drafted by the Calgary Stampeders. Puts that one through, and the Elks have retaken the lead now. Here halfway through the 3rd quarter, a 22-21 Edmonton lead set up by the interception by Luchez Purifoy.
And Mayala just going to stick his man to the outside, beat him across his face. Elks do a nice job picking up the blitz here. On the front side of the play, Bethel Thompson continuing to throw a strike as you see Amos playing with that outside leverage. Mayala beating him to the inside. Throw is on the money, and credit offensive coordinator Jarius Jackson for the job he's done putting his guys in a position to be successful today.
As Mayala celebrates, first-round pick by the Stampeders a few years ago out of Connecticut, and as Wayne talked about, ended up going from Calgary to Montreal and then Hamilton, and getting a new lease on life in his CFL career in Edmonton now. Urgi Mayala, the touchdown that has given the Elks the 1-point lead. And for Bethel Thompson, too, another touchdown pass and taking advantage of that Purifoy interception, getting points, important ones off the turnover.
As he's continued to spread the ball around to a number of different receivers in this ball game, it seems every big play is someone new for Edmonton.
Mason Pierce, the returner, put into that position, and he's not going anywhere there. It's Aubrey Miller taking him down. Special teams tackle. Pierce put into that role with the injury to Janarian Grant. So Argo football just across their 20, about the 21-yard line, and now trailing by a point.
And we talked about Cameron Dukes in week 1 after he had the fumble, his ability to settle down and shake off the air and not be affected by it going forward. Wasn't his mistake on the interception, but now as team leader, I think he's the guy who's got to take control of things and put that one behind them.
Back on the ground to Kadeem Carey. Good pickup up towards the 30. Little extracurriculars going on too, involving Mackay Polk back towards the Argo backfield, but Carey gets up after another solid pickup. Over 50 yards carrying in this game. 8-yard pickup, 2nd and short. 2 yards they need to extend this drive.
I don't know if you would label Kadeem Carey as Toronto's most dangerous offensive weapon in this game, but I think he's certainly been their most important.
11 carries, 54 yards now for Kadeem Carey.
Get in there.
Back on the ground they go on that 2nd down and short, and it looks to be enough. Carey again for the first down for Toronto.
In addition to the success that Toronto's having running the ball, as you see them again with the fullback in, lined up as a tight end, as Jim Barker talked about at halftime, adding an extra gap, forcing the defense to flatten out a little bit, defend another gap in the run game.
Backfield clears, throwing, caught, first down. There's a catch for Tommy Neal. Gets it up across the 45.
And Neal last season, as mentioned, hit career highs with 32 catches, 384 yards a year ago, and that was basically in half a season, 8 games, where all his production came with the injury to Curly Gittens Jr. that allowed him to get on the field a little more.
Up to the Toronto 49 now. It's Dan Adeboboye getting his first carry and makes the most of it, a first down and more. Adeboboye down near the Edmonton 40, and again the Argos, no matter who is carrying it, are running the football well.
Yeah, Adeboboye in filling in for A.J. Ouellette late last season with a 109-yard effort against Saskatchewan. Actually was the single game rushing high for Toronto last year. You know, and it's often said the importance of Canadian talent in the CFL to success has a lot to do with the Argos being 16-2 last year.
Play fake this time and throwing to the left. It is caught by Richie Sindani. Here come the Argos again. Another first down as they quickly move down the field inside the Elks 30. Down a point, but within scoring range again.
Argos mixing up their personnel packages a little bit after, again, hurting Edmonton with the run. They go play action there, hitting the veteran Sindani.
Kadeem Carey is back in this game in the backfield for Ryan Dinwiddie's offense. There's the veteran running back. They fake to him. Dukes, open receiver. Coxie has it down near the 10, still on his feet. And gets taken down just inside the 10. Looks like a 1st and goal coming up here for the Argonauts.
Well, Coxie at 6'3" provides a big target for Cameron Dukes coming across the middle, and you see bringing him down is no easy task either. Terrific response drive here put together by the Argos after an unfortunate touchdown given up after a turnover.
After that pick that Edmonton got, and on a short field scored the TD to take the lead, but Toronto looking to take it right back. Pressure coming, and Dukes gets away, and he takes off. Cameron Dukes, elusive, with some heat coming in the backfield, gets it inside the 5 for a 2nd and goal, Toronto.
Just loving the back and forth duel between these two quarterbacks and their respective offensive units. Cloud Bethel Thompson punches one in. Cameron Dukes comes right back.
Gets it inside the 5. It'll be a 2nd and goal. Carey in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left. It's Carey, and a touchdown, Toronto. Kadeem Carey has his 2nd TD in Argo blue.
Bread and butter stuff based around the run game has been the source of Toronto's greatest offensive success in this ball game. They strayed from it, tried to get a little cute with the half running back option pass from McMahon. It got them into trouble. Here they get back to bread and butter, and look at the result.
Biggest difference between these two offenses is certainly the running game, as they will go for 2 now. Leading by 5, Dukes keeps it, gets it in. 2 more, and a 7-point game restored for Toronto. Dukes had a touchdown and a short carry in the first half. This time, he picks up 2 more points after the carry touchdown. Argos 29, Elks 22.
Daisy is creamy, pure and natural cottage cheese.
Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. The feeling of a comforting hug from your Nana, but with the taste of creamy, delicious coffee.
Back in Toronto, Paul Appley's down at the sideline. Coach, good performance by both quarterbacks, Bethel Thompson and Dukes.
Yeah, and for the Elks, McLeod Bethel Thompson's the answer for this team. Like the touchdown pass was amazing. They did motion across the field, and once you have that motion, McLeod recognized that the safety's leaving the middle of the field, and he throws a strike to Herge Mayala as quickly as he can. That was an amazing throw. Seeing that live, he can really sling it. And then for the Argos, they they mix it up. They get the run game going, they mix it up, then the play action passes, and then eventually they can run the ball in, and you see the 2-point play by Cameron Duke. So there's a lot of things you have to defend from the Argonauts. Right now, on defense, right, really you just got to, for the Argos on defense, you're going to stop McLeod, Bethel Thompson.
And Lapo, you mentioned the running game, 152-25, a big difference in favor of the Argos, and certainly helps with that play action pass as well. As the Argos will kick it off, they have the lead again. They're back up by 7 with Leak and Purifoy back for this. And it is Javon Leak, the 30. Elks in a hole again, down 7 points. Jack Kassar on the tackle. So Bethel Thompson, challenge before in this situation, is challenge again back on what used to be the home field, the BMO field, his first trip back since leaving the Argos, and his team trailing by 7.
And I think when you look a little bit at those rushing yards, and it speaks to where these two quarterbacks are at in their careers as well, that the Argos are going to lean on that run game a little bit more because they need to make Dukes comfortable.
The Elks do run here, but you can see the result for Kevin Brown, a blue wall waiting for him, as he does not get much, maybe about a yard, 2nd and long coming up. Toronto's done to give them credit, a good job defending.
A very good job defending the run, but McLeod Bethel Thompson, as a veteran quarterback, Lapo alluded to his ability to recognize things, to adjust when they need to lean on him and lean on the passing game a little bit more. He's still able to get the job done. And that's obviously taking nothing away from Cameron Dukes as a passer. This is an exciting young quarterback in this league.
Thompson thrown for 219. Passing down here, and it is knocked away. The safety, Royce Mechie, coming over, intended for Gino Lewis, and that is broken up by number 9.
Yeah, Mechie, veteran safety, the University of Guelph product. Getting over there. This one still almost got through. It looked like to Gino Lewis, but able to get just enough of it to prevent the receiver from making a play.
And Janarian Grant, injured earlier, but is back for this return. 3rd time this quarter that Jake Julian is standing to kick it away inside the Edmonton 25. So Elks not able to generate a drive this time. The Argos about to get the ball back for Grant, who seems to be just fine as he backpedals and gets it inside the 15. And he does cut back, and he's just tripped up a little bit there by Etavamaga Clements from America Samoa, making that special teams tackle for Edmonton late here in the 3rd.
Edmonton's first pick in the global draft this year, one of the impressive performers at this year's CFL Combine.
His college career in Nebraska.
Yes.
Where he saw snow for the first time, by the way. Might see some late in the season.
Pretty good chance you'll see more of it in Edmonton.
The Argo 22, last play of the 3rd. That's Dan Adamaboy, had a big run earlier in the previous drive, and on the catch gets it up to the 30. That is quarter time. Another exchange of leads. Edmonton off the turnover and come back to move ahead by a point. But the Argos quickly struck back with a 2-point conversion as well. It's a 7-point Toronto lead heading to the final 15.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus the year's best deals, like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today. Find your nearest dealer at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Built for the guy who has everything and needs to tow it. The Tow and Stow is equipped with multiple ball sizes and adjusts in 1-inch increments to the height of your trailer for level towing. Best of all, it stows when you aren't using it, away from your shins and garage door. Machined from American steel, with a 2-stage finish, the toe and stow is the last hitch you'll ever need.
I need gas money, but I don't get paid till next week. What should I do?
Download the Earnin app to get paid as you work. Get up to $100 per day. No interest, no credit check.
Download Earnin.
This is the journey I've been taking, of how I enter different rooms. Oh, yeah.
Three-quarter stats, not to dwell on the difference in the running game, but it does loom large here at 152 to 27.
You're beating a dead horse, Ron.
Well, wait a minute. If they want to control the clock, they got the 7-point lead heading into the fourth. But you do the Dwayne Ford thing. Tell me what's important and what you see there.
Well, what's important is that you're seeing two offenses that are finding different ways to succeed. Toronto having success with the run game, a little bit more balanced offense from them. Edmonton forced to rely on the pass, but still keeping pace in this ball game. Got me excited about the fourth quarter.
Yeah, McLeod Bethel-Thompson, 20 for 28, 219. He's thrown 3 touchdown passes. They have been able to move it through the air, and they will need to again heading into this final quarter. Cameron Dukes and the Argos to the touchdown by Kadeem Carey, and then Dukes ran it in for the 2-point conversion. And the difference right now, 7 points, as the Argos are trying to improve to 2-0. And the Elks are looking for their first win of the season, trying to avoid an 0-3 start for the third straight year. 2nd and 4, the Argo 28. On the toss to Dan Adeboboye, and that is read nicely coming in. With the tackle there, it is Antonio Alfano getting a chance to start in the CFL for the first time.
Yeah, we mentioned Alfano. This is a guy who was picked in the supplemental draft, so Edmonton will give up a pick in next year's draft for selecting him. But a guy who grew up in the States in New Jersey, was considered one of the top high school football players in the U.S., qualifies as a national. He's a Canadian citizen. His mother is from the Toronto area originally, so that's what led to him being drafted. Started his college career at Alabama, bounced around a little bit, finished at junior college, Lackawanna College. But still shows those flashes. Highly talented guy. Edmonton may have something of a steal if he's able to develop and play up to that potential.
Makes the play that forces the Argos and Haggerty at a punt. Haggerty just got rid of that to Leake. There was some heat coming. And Javon Leake, no choice but to take it out. Being pursued there by Quincy Mojay as Leake. Wait a minute, that's such a familiar bench to Javon Leake. Why not just give it one more try? Sit down on that Argo bench.
Yeah, just taking an opportunity to say a couple more hellos. Bob down. I think that was O-line coach Chris Sweet he sat down with, gave him a little pat on the back.
You see Gregor McKellar there, old teammate too. Pat on the back, Javon Leaks, and a couple of good years with Toronto, especially last year, and setting the franchise record single season in return yards, punt return yards, and touchdowns too. But no, back with Edmonton. And McLeod Bethel-Thompson, a deep look there. It is caught. What a game for Dylan Mitchell, who keeps going. He got up. Was he touched? He's in the end zone.
Now
for an Elks touchdown.
You would think he's going to be ruled down by contact, as all the players seem to go down in a pile. But good heads-up play to get up and keep running because he didn't hear a whistle. They can look at it and review it and decide, but he made the right decision to keep playing.
It was signaled a touchdown by the officials. And yeah, fans wondering, wait a minute, how could he get up again?
That's not pinball.
Threading the needle is Bethel-Thompson.
The previous play is under review by the command center.
So the argument here from an Edmonton point of view, and credit to the officials, I think he's touched before he caught the ball, not after he caught it.
Benji Franklin had his hand on him as the ball was coming in, but untouched there. And Mitchell, alertly realizing it, gets up at the 30 and decides to keep going.
Yeah, he looked like he was so close to spiking that ball, which would have been a most unfortunate fumble. But good presence of mind. You know, again, in the college game, he right here, he's down. But in the pro game, he's got to be touchdown. He gets up, keeps going, huge play. if it stands.
How about this look?
Ball's in his hands. I don't think that Benji Franklin touched him after he caught that ball.
If the contact is made after the ball's been secured, then he's down, right?
That's right.
But was that the case? They're giving this a look right now. Dylan Mitchell. He's had 5 catches. One more look as they review.
You see the hand brushes, left hand brushes his helmet as the ball comes in.
I'm just wondering if they'll look and think that this comes at the same time. If it's simultaneous.
Yeah, watch Franklin's left hand here. Touches the helmet. That's before the ball gets there.
Well, they've looked at it. It's still a big play for Edmonton regardless. Is it a touchdown for Dylan Mitchell? Here's Tom Balesi.
After review by the command center, the runner was down by contact at the 35-yard line. Be first down.
Chris Jones shakes his head. It's a big first down, but they ruled that the contact was made as the ball was caught.
Timer, please reset the clock to 13:22. 13:22. Thank you.
It does, Dwayne, get them down to the Argo 35, but yeah, that close to being a whole bunch more. The big play, McLeod Bethel Thompson to Dylan Mitchell.
And again, just for clarification, we're told that the interpretation is that because the contact came during the catch. It did.
Little pump fake down, and it is caught by Hergie Mayala. And McLeod Bethel Thompson is really threading the needle here. A couple of brilliant passes and big pickups by the Elks, who don't get the touchdown before, but they're getting a whole lot closer now.
Yeah, and credit the focus for Edmonton here after thinking they had scored, having the points taken off the board, having to come back out and play on offense and execute to perfection. Nicely done.
4th catch from Mayala, and it sets up Edmonton inside the Argo 10, 1st and goal. Elks again looking for that touchdown that could tie the game. Bethel Thompson has time, rolls right, end zone, touchdown!
Welcome home.
A welcome home for Curly Gittens Jr., who catches another pass for a touchdown at BMO Field from McLeod Bethel Thompson, but this time with them members of the Edmonton Elks, a point away from tying this game.
McLeod Bethel Thompson is going to slide out of the pocket, buying time, keeping the eyes downfield. Curly Gittens, you see him signaling in the end zone, mirroring his quarterback from left to right into open space.
So they get the touchdown anyway, not Dylan Mitchell, but Curly Gittens. And the point after by Beatty, and the first touchdown as a member of the Edmonton Elks for Curly Gittens Jr. It turns out to be a 3-play, 71-yard drive, an impressive drive for Bethel Thompson and that offense. 3 catches, including that one that's led to a tie ball game at BMO.
My hair has gotten so much thicker.
I got rid of a ton of supplements and I just take this.
This is the best superfood that you could take.
It has all the essential nutrients you need.
The immune benefits and the gut health benefits are amazing. I love it so much.
I used to have a probiotic, a green juice. I replaced it all with this Arma colostrum. It is amazing.
You gotta take it.
If you want to try it, try arma.com.
I was always skeptical of credit cards, but I also know it's the best way to build your credit. As an entrepreneur, that's essential. So I got the Chime Credit Builder card. There's no annual fee, no interest, and no credit check. My score's gone up over 100 points. Check it out at chime.com.
Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. The feeling of a comforting hug from your Nana, but with the taste of creamy, delicious coffee.
At the Jeep Make This the Summer event, you can take a vacation from payments on the most capable Wrangler ever. Our most affordable SUV, Jeep Compass. The only open-air pickup, Jeep Gladiator. And the most awarded SUV ever, Jeep Grand Cherokee. Hurry into your Jeep brand dealer and make the most out of summer with great deals plus no payments for 90 days.
During the Jeep Make This the Summer event, get the 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee starting at $38,290 MSRP plus finance and get no monthly payments for 90 days.
Well, there's the man of the moment, Curly Gittens Jr. in his homecoming. Starting off in the slot, you're going to see him originally break towards the inside on his route, but when he sees his quarterback, McLeod Bethel Thompson, scrambling, oftentimes on a deep route, you're going to come back towards the line of scrimmage, but he knows he's got to stay deep in the end zone. He just works across into open space. That's Macbeth know he's open, and those two, as they've demonstrated so often in the past, are on the same page with the connection for the game-tying touchdown.
Well, NBT's rolling 23 of 31, 290 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, all 4 to different receivers. The latest, his old teammate in Toronto, Curly Gittens Jr., the Argos. Over to you, Cameron Dukes. Back and forth they go, but for now, that's got to be sweet for Curly Gittens, traded in that deal for Serezna in the offseason, and big one against his old club right here.
McLeod Bethel Thompson puts it right on the money to Curly Gittens Jr.
There's a prize for somebody. Oh. With the Gittens jersey on. Getting the football. The touchdown ball. Gittens out of Wilfrid Laurier, and a breakout season in 2022, and missed a lot of time because of injuries last year. But tying a career high. I remember that one against Ottawa in 2018. They were down big time and came back in that game. And that was his first CFL start. And then 4 touchdown passes tonight to match that in his 50th start. And he had talked about the highs and lows of being a Toronto Argonaut. Watched the team who was on the roster winning the Grey Cup when Ricky Ray was there, their #1 quarterback in 2017, his first year, and then became the starter, but a frustrating season despite throwing for over 4,000 yards in 2019 when they were 4-14. Of course, the Grey Cup in 2022.
And now coming back in the visitor's jersey, trying to collect another win here at BMO Field.
There is an injured Elks player just getting up now. That is the aforementioned Maga Clements from American Samoa. In his first CFL season, coming out of Nebraska, and now getting off on his own steam. So first down for Toronto at their 26. You got a tie game. Back and forth they've gone. Certainly did in the first half. Trading touchdowns. That one is caught up near the 30. That's Mackay Polk, one of the new receivers for the Double Blue.
Again, Polk started in week 1 for DeMonte Coxey, who was injured. Coxey returns this week, but Tavares Daniels is banged up, so Polk stays on, just moves inside to a slot back position.
Each team has scored 4 touchdowns. There have been no field goals even tried. 3 of the Argo touchdowns rushing, 1 through the air, all 4 through the air for Edmonton. 2nd and 8 now from the 28. That's caught. Polk has it. First down and more. He gets out of bounds up closer to midfield.
Well, and Argo's getting the man coverage they want as they go with crossing routes underneath, and you're going to see how the traffic forces defenders to kind of dodge and avoid, and that creates a little bit of separation between Polk and the defender Darius Bratton, who is chasing.
To the first down, Polk. The scrimmage from the 49, the handoff. Another good gain on the ground for Kadeem Carey. He's had a busy night in his 2nd game as an Argo.
Attacking outside, letting the big guys on the O-line get on the move. I think it was the backside guard, Gregor McKellar, pulling here. He picks up the middle linebacker. Niles Morgan takes him out of the way.
Flag coming out too after another carry by Kadeem for a first down. He's had 15 rushes in this game tonight as he heads off and Deontay McMahon heads on. So they got enough for the first down, and looks like by penalty they're getting more.
15-yard misconduct penalty, Edmonton number 5. It'll be an automatic first down.
Kai Gray, the boundary corner, called for that, and that's costly for the Elks as the Argos will push their way down with the penalty a little deeper into the Elk zone. Down inside the Edmonton 35. Down to the 31.
Gray, the boundary corner, is tied up with his man down at the bottom of your screen. Now one extra shot in the head. Earns him the flag.
Tie game, Argos pressing again. Deontay McMahon can't find the edge. Edmonton has it read well, and a big loss for the Argos on that first down play. Pushes them back to around the 35, just outside.
Yeah, the Elks getting a little bit of a scouting report here. Is typically when Deontay McMahon gets the ball, he's attacking outside. This time they get upfield, flatten things out. Don't let him get turned north-south.
Bit of a different result in the first half, wasn't it? When McMahon got around that corner, turned it up, and took it to the house for one of the Argo rushing touchdowns. The loss is 6. 2nd and 16 from the Edmonton 36. Argos trying to take the lead again. The time, Dukes looking deep into the end zone. Bailey! DeMonte Coxey. Touchdown, Toronto. DeMonte Coxey touchdown.
How about this throw from Cameron Dukes? You know, he talked to us last week about putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers, and he's got some of them for sure on this team. DeMonte Coxey among them.
He was hurt. He couldn't play in the opener. This is his first game tonight at 2024. Has himself a touchdown, capping off a 6-play, 84-yard drive for the Argos. You see Edmonton coming back. They tie the game, and back comes Toronto. Touchdown pass, Dukes, DeMonte Coxey. Argos back in front by 7.
Hi, what's your name? This is our new friend. We'll talk about it later, right? What does a cat need?
Chewy's here. No.
Second. Hey, wait, come back.
Is this normal?
Ask the Chewy vet team.
How much is too much catnip?
For everything you need and everything you need to know, find it at Chewy.
Hey, Emma.
We need a mattress, right?
Yeah?
I've been doing a little research.
Little?
The Sofa Classic has 2 layers of springs that contour to your body.
Nice.
It has a 3-inch Euro pillow top, Dan. And it's surprisingly affordable.
But I just wanted to know about dinner.
Sotva. Luxury mattresses made affordable.
Oh, Uber Eats has groceries now? I gotta remember that.
You know, the best way to remember something is just forget something.
What'd you forget?
Hard to say.
I know what you forgot. Come here. Yeah, this way.
Cleaning your dog's teeth can be hard. But not with Greenie's dental treats. Greenie's, well-being made wonderful.
Well, DeMonte Coxey, the latest Argo receiver to find the end zone. He's the outside man here, but I also want you to watch the inside receiver, Mackay Polk, because he's going to hold the halfback, Darius Bratton. With his route, he pulls Bratton away. Kai Gray on the corner has no inside help. Bratton can't fall off, making that an easy throw for Cameron Dukes.
Second receiving touchdown for the Argos on the night. Rasheed Bailey has one. They fake the reverse, and Leak keeps it. He gets close to the 30, about the 28. So, Monte Coates. And a penalty by Gray, helping extend that drive another 15 yards closer.
Cameron Dukes delivers that one with confidence.
Pretty good aerial show by these quarterbacks, too. They are combined 40 for 50, now 500 yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. The latest, Monte Coates with a touchdown for the Argos, who have 5 TDs on the night. Edmonton has 4. It's a 7-point game again. Back to Bethel Thompson, completing it to Mayala. Pick up close to the 35.
Thank you, Joel.
Like I said last week with Saskatchewan and Hamilton, this feels like last possession win. It's starting to take on that feeling this time too.
It certainly does. I was looking at the clock thinking the best thing about this game is that there's lots of it left.
Yeah.
A lot of fun watching these two teams go back and forth today.
A little under 8.5 minutes, and mentioning the Riders and Ticats part 2 at Mosaic tomorrow. Looking forward to that one. Game 1 win. Here's Bethel Thompson, faces the heat, but he dumps it off beautifully to Kevin Brown with lots of daylight ahead. So instead of taking the sack, Bethel Thompson gets rid of it, and into the Argo zone, Brown takes a big pickup inside the 50.
Yeah, this is just magnificent by McLeod. Bethel Thompson, watch how he basically draws the whole defense into him. 3 guys, 4, 5 surrounding the Argo quarterback, meaning there's no one with Kevin Brown, or excuse me, the Elks quarterback. No one with Kevin Brown, allows him to get across midfield.
He remains in the backfield. Take the handoff to him, throwing it. It is caught. Completed pass, and that one is caught by number 86, Arkel Smith, newcomer to the Edmonton lineup. His second catch of this game and of his CFL career, just inside the 45.
Arkel Smith, first-year man out of Central Missouri. Opportunity to play here with some injuries in that Edmonton receiving corps.
7 different receivers have caught passes from Bethel Thompson. Another completion to Gittins, who had that touchdown earlier in the quarter. For a first down, drive continues. Back come the Edmonton Elks. Trailing by 7, but looking for a chance to tie this game again.
And McLeod Bethel Thompson. Pressure coming. As that veteran poise just delivers the ball quickly. Move the sticks again.
Six and a half minutes. Fourth quarter. What a game we've got. Rare running play. Javon Leak with it too as he breaks through and gets it down to the 30. And yet another touch on offense for Javon Leak. With 3 catches for 19 yards and then has a carry there. Gets it down to the 30 and a second down coming up. Edmonton in this final quarter working against a breeze that at times can be significant, although swirling. That has certainly been a factor in the kicking game. Bear that in mind on this 2nd and 4 from the 30. Bethel Thompson completes it first down. It's Leak again, so back-to-back offensive plays. A player that in the CFL with Toronto, renowned for special teams, being a part of this Edmonton offense.
And yet, I have to like this drive from Edmonton. They've had some big plays in this ball game haven't been able to go over the top or really attack vertically on this particular drive. They just adjust and take what's given to them, march their way down the field.
They get it down to the Argo 23. Down 7. 5:20 and counting here in the fourth. These offenses really been producing. Bethel Thompson. End zone close. Mayala with Deshaun Amos there just off the fingertips. In tight. It drops into the end zone incomplete. Second down coming up.
Reggie Mayala working to the post on this route. Deshaun Amos. Nice job coming underneath there. Timing up his play on the football.
Well played by Amos. It ends a streak of 8 straight completions for McLeod Bethel Thompson. And a 2nd and 10.
Edmonton is challenging that there was defensive pass interference on the play. We'll review the play.
So a big challenge coming up here in that coverage by Amos on Mayala. What a critical challenge this is too. A 2nd and 10 coming up deep in the Argo zone. Dave Foxcroft and a live look at the command centers. They'll decide it. Was that PI? Chris Jones thinks so. Decision coming up.
America. We are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity. And the American dream starts with purpose. Our mission is to empower virtuous action through higher education, to serve others in ways that promote human flourishing and create a ripple effect of transformation for generations to come. By honoring your sacred vocation, you impact your family, your friends, and your community. Change the world for good by putting others before yourself to glorify God. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Let it flourish. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Guys with bad genes, are they worth it?
Jeans go with everything.
They go with nothing. Dudes, get the new Only Pant by Fabletics.
Awesome.
Want one pair of pants that does everything like magic? Breathable cooling tech. Always stretch. Secure phone pocket.
Bro, I'm in an Only Pant ad.
Water repellent. Work, golf, date night, hiking, biking. It's so everything.
See this stretch?
You forget about the deal you're getting.
For a limited time, the Only Pant is only $24 at Fabletics.com.
Well, much debate still going on. Question whether you watch Reggie Mayala in the slot, Deshaun Amos in coverage. Does he touch him before the ball arrives? I think there is contact a split second before the ball arrives. There's contact. There's the ball. Tough to play defense if you're calling it that close.
Well, if it is a split second, as Chris Jones is counting on, that would be pass interference and set up Edmonton near the goal line. Here's the call.
After review by the command center, we have pass interference. Toronto number 8. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
Deshaun Amos doesn't think so. Doesn't matter now, though, as the ball comes down to the 2 and a 1st and goal for Edmonton. A chance to tie this game again. And Bethel Thompson, by the way, still has that completion streak of 8 going. Dakota Prukop coming into this game, the short yardage specialist, brought in by Edmonton after BC let him go, and of course did that role so well last few years with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They need a touchdown under 5 minutes to go just to keep pace with Toronto. Prukop, left side, pushing, no signal. The 2nd and goal is coming up.
Well-timed challenge there from Elks head coach Chris Jones. put his team in position to score, but can they capitalize?
This game has been tied several times. Edmonton looking for a chance to tie it again. Kickoff stays in. Second and goal. Down at the 1. Pushing. Waiting. Touchdown. Elks in the end zone again. A point after try away from tying it again. What a finish we have here at BMO Field with under 4 minutes to go. And it was the pass interference call on Deshaun Amos, setting up Edmonton for the chance to get to the end zone again.
Critical call. Edmonton not disguising what they're doing at all. Everybody's lined up across the line of scrimmage. It goes back to that philosophy. You know who's carrying the ball, but you have no idea which gap all the way along he may attack. 11 across the line.
There's Deshaun Amos, who was the one flagged for pass interference actually after the challenge. Not initially, but after the Chris Jones challenge, successful. So here we go to tie the game again. Point after try, Boris Beatty. Ex-Argo. Right through it goes, capping off a 9-play, 81-yard drive, and the first rushing touchdown for the Elks in this game after 4 passing touchdowns. Dakota Prukop taking it in.
And take a look back at that drive. Bethel Thompson picking and choosing his way down the field. That outlet to Kevin Brown, a big one. Just nickel and diming his way down, and then Chris Jones sees the opportunity. Intelligent challenge based on what he saw. Oh, I will admit I'm not crazy about the call. It's the right call. And so I mean, this isn't on the command center. It's not on the officials. It's not on Chris Jones. It's the right challenge. It's the right call. But this is what I kind of call the downside of replay review. Right? Is when you can put that play in slow motion and frame by frame. Yeah, you can see that the defender is there before the ball. Pretty tough to play defense frame by frame. Right? Like if
you're sounding like Paul Maurice on an offside for the Florida.
Do I sound like a Panthers fan right now?
His line was, let's get the CIA, right?
But yeah, again, like, I mean, you look at it, it is the right call, but like as a defender, it just gives you zero margin for error.
By the way, I wasn't even trying to allude to Edmonton, an Edmonton sports team benefiting from a call. They got the call right, and they went to replay, and they did it. Yeah, there is another sports story going on in Edmonton, by the way, isn't there? I understand. Now heading to Florida for Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. But the Elks tonight, what a show they're putting on in Toronto. 36 with Boris Beatty to kick it off from the Elk 30. And every time that Cameron Dukes and the Argos have been asked to respond, they have. They're being asked to again. And their fans here at BMO. Janarian Grant back in the game. And up across the 30 and pushed out around the 35-yard line for Cameron Dukes. 17 of 19, just 2 incompletions, 210 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. And there's also 3 touchdowns scored by the Argos on the ground, and he's got one of those and a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, and you look at the clock with just under 3.5 to go and get a little bit of the feeling that in this game that's gone back and forth, and with both teams struggling to get stops, particularly here in the second half, you're a little nervous, I think, from an Edmonton point of view about the clock. Toronto is in a little bit more control time-wise here than Edmonton is because they have the ball.
We're over 700 yards net offense between these teams. Dukes running out of time. They get to him. Cameron Dukes is taken down, advanced a yard or 2, and we've talked so much about ex-Argos. There's yet another one, Sam Acheampong. Acheampong originally drafted by Toronto. He went to Edmonton a couple of years ago, but he gets in on the act here. by taking down Duke. Second down and long coming up for the Argos in a tie ball game.
Shame. It's been here as long as I can remember. Living in glances of people I loved, and ones I didn't even know. But what good is shame when it comes to health? Health is not about what weight we lose. It's about all the things a body can gain.
So yeah, USAA, they always have my back.
USAA? You were in the military?
Oh no, I wasn't, but my grandpa was. He joined USAA, passed membership to my mom, then to me.
There's other ways to get in?
Yeah. My neighbor Ron, he's in because his wife served. Even little Luna, once she's born, her dad served.
So all this time I could have had USAA insurance.
And banking.
Where's my phone?
Over there.
USAA, for the military community and their families.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Right now, you can get any size of our new groovy fries and groovy sauce for $1. Wait, who would get the small? Okay, that makes no sense. Get any size groovy fry for $1. Live free, eat Sonic.
Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. The feeling of a comforting hug from your Nana, but with the taste of creamy, delicious coffee.
Week 4 is next week. Week 3 concludes at Mosaic Stadium in Regina tomorrow. Tiger Cats Rough Riders, the rematch. What a game, Dwayne, we saw in Hamilton last Sunday. He was tied at 30, the turnover, and then the walk-off field goal for the Riders. Brett Lothar, Trevor Harris, and Boley Von Mitchell put on a show, and the QBs here in this game have as well. Cameron Dukes has it in his hands in a tie game at 36. Complete. That was a second down play to Kadeem Carey. Gets it up to the 40, so a big stand here for the Elks defense. McLeod Bethel Thompson will be getting it back in a tie ball game. Third down coming up.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Edmonton needed in order for them to sort of be able to control their own destiny, to be able to control the clock, was to get this quick stop with time for their offense to move the football without having to be in sort of panic mode per se.
Purifoy and Leak back for this punt. And a flag is out where Haggerty had got the ball away.
You're going to get roughing or contacting the kicker.
We got the contact on the kicker, and that punt by John Haggerty. And what a big penalty this is against the Elks.
Yeah, this is a massive turnaround. Joel DeBlanco
contacting the kicker. Edmonton number 50. 10-yard penalty. The result will be a first down.
Joel DeBlanco, who is the first pick overall in this year's draft and trying to avoid Haggerty, just made the contact, and that's a 10-yard penalty. And that hurts Chris Jones when he was about to get the ball back. Down to the Argo 51.
And that's just one of those where you got to know the situation and playing to the situation. Can't risk that penalty at that time. Defense has done what they needed to do. You're getting the ball back.
So instead, the Argos continuing to drive now. Dukes handing off. Kadeem Carey keeps the legs chugging. Has 10 more yards. Looking like another first down on the ground for the Argos, who have run the ball very well tonight.
Well, and almost as if that penalty suddenly gave the Argos some life on a drive where they had been snuffed out. Kadeem Carey with a big run.
2:23 on the clock. Not relevant yet. But a reminder, we have not had a field goal kick tonight. Brett Lothar, as we talked about earlier, had a walk-off for the Riders last week in Hamilton. Liram Hiralahu, the kicker for the Argos. But it's been all touchdowns in this game. So lots of time, but the ball comes loose. And Dukes does recover it, but that is back inside the Argos zone. So a loss on first down of about 7 yards. It is back to the Argo 54 in a close call, Toronto.
Yeah, timing just a little bit off. Kadeem Carey got ahead of his quarterback there. Duke's fortunate to recover, but yeah, now the second and extra long situation.
And possibly a reprieve here for Edmonton's defense. Lining 3 up front on a 2nd and 17, just a 3-man rush. Can they hold Dukes and the Argos for the first down as he has time to roll out? Throws it down to the right. It's incomplete, intended for Richie Sindani. And Kai Gray is there. And that's Steph. Oh my goodness, hopefully she's okay. But right down there to get the looks for us. And just knocked down with Sindani going after the football.
Yeah, 2 players go crashing in there. The defender arrives with the football to make a play. Kai Gray.
Oh, we're good. She said she's broke.
And
hopefully Steph's okay. My goodness, the hazards of for those down on the sidelines to get the great pictures that we get in this coverage. And she puts the headset back on. Still getting some attention down on the side, but it is, my goodness. And Argo medical staff out to check with her, so momentary pause here, but that was an incomplete pass, so it is a 3rd down coming up, and from that standpoint, yes, a reprieve for Edmonton that the penalty ultimately doesn't lead to any Argo points, and they will have to punt it away. Boy, and Leak standing back 4, and there's John Haggerty. The Argo punter coming back on again.
And at a quick glance, you know, you wonder if the loss of yards on the fumble pushed them out of field goal range. I suspect they were probably right at a range where they weren't gonna try. They got 55, 56 yard field goal at this point.
That Steph is a trooper, my goodness. Taking a hit like that, doing her job down with the sideline camera. And
well, and this is not the first hit we have seen Steph take over the years down there on the sideline. She's
that is hazardous, though. You got big bodies coming in and going for the football, and she gets a nice applause from us as well. It's terrific work and getting up slowly after that and wanting to continue to do her job, which she does so well.
Edmonton in this punt situation is going with 2 deep returners because the big thing for them, they do not want this ball to hit the ground. They want to get more coverage. Remember, we said Toronto is kicking the ball on the ground to prevent Leak from catching it and having a good return.
Haggerty can be masterful as he gets that one to roll. Rolling deep and taken to the goal line by Leak, who cuts it back. They're saying he stepped out of bounds, Javon Leak. So it'll be back a little further, and once again inside the 10 by a guy that's this season's master at doing it so far, John Haggerty. As Leak doesn't like the call, but have another look.
Yeah, fantastic job. Just as I was saying, they don't want to. Very close to having Leak get this one turned around to the wide side. You see that left foot touch the white stripe, but Haggerty did a good job getting it on the ground in front of him, kicking a line drive. That again, he didn't give him a chance to catch it in the air.
Well, great punters in the CFL don't even average 1 inside the 10 per game. That would be impressive. He had 3 of them in game 1. He's got a couple of them tonight. 5 by my count so far this season for John Haggerty. So deep turnover zone. Bethel Thompson. He has to get rid of it. Losing his footing there just before throwing the football. 2nd and 10. Big second down coming up. 1:15 to go in a tie ball game. A big second down.
Yeah, and this is, I'm going to call this a massive second down, because if you're punting the ball from here, I mean, Toronto's almost in field goal range already. Remember that Jake Julian would be punting against the wind here from his own end zone if they're not able to get a first down.
For everything Bethel Thompson and that offense has done, they need it again tonight. Right now, second down. Oh, nearly intercepted. Nearly picked off. Fraser Sopik. The linebacker dropping back. However, still, it's perilous for Edmonton anyway, because as Dwayne talked about, they're going to have to punt the football from their end zone.
You'll see Sopik dropping deep just left of the goalpost. Position, but
well, had he caught it and been down there, it might end up being much the same as the result could be here. Jadarian Grant, with Julian having to punt it against the wind, and Grant is standing at midfield. So the result could end up being the same for the Argos, and you know what Jadarian Grant can do. The Elks only took 12 seconds off the clock. Julian punting it. Grant, beautiful punt by Julian. My goodness. Across midfield and down to the 45 as a helmet comes off. One of the Elks in coverage, under a minute to go. 58 seconds now. Beautiful punt by Julian. A good return by Grant. And you start thinking about Liram Hajrullahu. For field goal kickers tonight, Hajrullahu and Beattie, they've only been asked to kick extra points for offense.
Yeah, I want to talk special teams here, because Toronto just won that special teams exchange. When you look at each team's punt and ensuing return, Haggerty, fantastic punt. Really no return from Edmonton. Toronto's farther ahead than they were when they punted last time.
On the ground, going left, Kadeem Carey has room. 45 down to the 30. First down on the ground, Argos. And in scoring range now with 51 seconds to go.
Yeah, Kadeem Carey gets around the edge here. Gregor McKellar getting just enough of his defender to slow him up. Big run there for Kadeem Carey.
Earlier, he went over 3,000 yards rushing for his career. On that, 17 carries now for 104 yards and a touchdown for Kadeem Carey. 1st and 10 at the Elks 30. Back on the ground. Not much there this time. 27 seconds on the clock. Ball in the middle of the field. What would be around a...
Timeout, Edmonton.
Be around a 37-yard field goal try. But still some time here. 27 seconds and a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Looked like some Edmonton players getting a little heated at each other there down in their defensive huddle.
Liram Hajrullahu came back to the Argos, where he won a Grey Cup in 2017, kicked the winning field goal in that Grey Cup in Ottawa against the Calgary Stampeders. But 2 weeks ago, his first game back in the CFL since the 2019 Grey Cup when he was with Hamilton. He may be called upon to win this game. Back on the ground. Yeah. Hajrulahu's time coming up now.
Yep. Using that play just to get the ball centered up for a kick, give Hajrullahu the best angle.
Well, like last week between Saskatchewan and Hamilton, it comes down to a field goal try to win it. And the oddity on this night, as mentioned, there have been no field goals in this game. None of them tried until what could be the final play of this game. They start to run it down. And Liram Hajrullahu from Western. CFL veteran, but back in the league for the first time in 5 years, and a chance to win it for Toronto. Out and down and kicked and through. With no time left, another walk-off winner by a field goal kicker. Hyralahu does it on a great night for Cameron Dukes, and the Argos really had to earn it against an Edmonton team that was keeping pace offensively. Toronto takes it, improving to 2-0, beating the Edmonton Elks dramatically, 39-36.
That's credit Toronto. Good teams find a way to get it done in tough situations. Cameron Dukes, back-to-back wins to start the season. Liram Hyralahu, the clutch kick. Great back-and-forth game. And I mean, Edmonton has this 0-3 start, and I know that's what's going to get talked about, but we saw so many positives from that team in this game.
And Chris Jones and the Elks will be tired of hearing it. They don't want to hear about how well they played. They want to hear about a win. They fall to 0-3 to start the season for the third straight year. But give the Argos credit too, and Cameron Dukes hugging an old teammate in Boris Beatty with so many ex-Argos in town for this one. But what a show both QBs, McLeod Bethel Thompson, put on as well for Edmonton.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I thought McLeod Bethel Thompson, his receiving core, really got things going. Today, Edmonton had a lot of trouble running the football. Toronto's defense managed to bottle up Kevin Brown, but that didn't stop them from marching up and down the field against a pretty good Toronto defense, particularly in the second half of this ball game, where these two teams just went back and forth.
Little discussion there with ex-teammates Nick Arbuckle, too, the backup QB, and McLeod Bethel Thompson. Back and forth they went. They traded touchdowns until the very end when a field goal decided it. Impressive offense for the Edmonton Elks, but just wasn't enough against the Argos, who do improve to 2-0, and Cameron Dukes 18-21, 214, couple of touchdowns, most importantly for them, a win. What's in store for the rematch between Hamilton and Saskatchewan? That's tomorrow. SportsCenter is next. Laura Dyken and Sarah Davis.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus the year's best deals, like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today. Find your nearest dealer at Kubota Orange Days.
Amazing got Gabriella to the school dance. Amazing starts at CSL Plasma. Donate plasma today and receive up to $700 your first month. You can help create medicines that save lives while making a difference in your own. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing.
Got water. Open the bar.
Mom? I'm really hungry. I am really, really hungry.
I'm hungry.
I need fuel.
Mom, we're both hungry.
Stop knocking me, kind
Stop
New Eggo fully loaded waffles with flavor and protein to fuel your morning. Lego with Eggo.
Okay.
Popeye's Big Box is back for just $6.99. When you're hungry, you need a big box. But when they're hungry, you need an even bigger box. Now for only $20. 2 great ways to save at Popeye's.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Thrivent helped me understand that money is not scary, that it is actually a really powerful tool.
To 321-321 today.
We're in Tampa.
Season 7 off and running.
Season 7, Big 3. Yes, sir.
And And the stop for Austin. Crawford for the win. Knocks it down.
We got a target on our back. Everybody wants to come and try to beat us.
Ghost ballers. They got something going right now. Johnson with the pop and the 3-ball. Oh my gosh!
We move on to next week, and we got to defend the champs. Enemies.
Oh, with the flush.
He's hard to guard.
My goodness!
Tampa, I see you out there, baby. Big 3.
Yay, yay!
From the Sunshine State in Tampa, inside the Yuengling Center, it's week 2 of the Big 3, and we're coming in hot. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Custer alongside my partner, Jim Jackson. Man, I can't wait for this first game. We get a battle of a couple of unbeatens, including the defending champions, and 2 of the top 5 scorers in the league.
And 2 of the most energetic point guards in the league when you're talking about Jordan Crawford, but also Mike Taylor, because that matchup within itself is going to tell you a lot. But these 2 teams are looking to go 2-0, very critical week. You're talking about Mike Taylor. Listen, you can see the numbers right here. The numbers going to say what he did on the court, but it's his energy. It's compatible. It's combustible. Teams and guys, especially his teammates, they play off of it. So look for him not only when he's scoring the basketball, when he's off the basketball, defending Jordan Crawford to be at his best.
Yeah, just the 4th player in Big 3 history to put up 20, 10, and 5. Here's a look at the total satisfaction team roster presented by Stickers. Mike Taylor, the captain of Ghost Ballers. And for the defending champions, the enemies, it is all about Jordan Crawford. This guy knocks down game winners. He was the final MVP last season.
And the front runner for MVP in the 7th season of the Big 3. Why? It's because he can knock down shots like that, but he's virtually impossible to score, especially with the ball in the middle of the court. And what makes Jordan so tough, not only can he shoot it for deep, but if he can beat you off the bounce, he can finish right at the rim. A great matchup in game 1 this afternoon.
4th leading scorer in the league right now. The Ghost Ballers head coach, well, the Hall of Famer, the Iceman, George Gervin, and the enemy's head coach, he's got that swag. That's why he's Swaggy P. Nick Young. He led them to the Big 3 championship last season. Let's take a look at now the rules of the Big 3. They're presented by Total by Verizon. Listen, first team to 50, you win it, but you got to win by 2. Once we hit 25, we immediately go to the half. There is no game clock, but there's a 14-second shot clock, so you cannot mess with your food. You got to get it up. And, of course, the 4-point shot is something that Ice Cube has brought to this league and is certainly innovative and keeps you in the game. We got 2 teams unbeaten. It is week 2, and 2 teams who believe they can win it all. Here is season 7 of the Big 3 from Tampa. It's the enemies in gray, and it's the Ghost Ballers in black. And it is Crawford, Mike Taylor. That's a matchup you got to keep your eye on. It's Chris Johnson now trying to D up. Isaiah Austin. Austin drive, the left hand lays it in.
But that's a matchup, too, between 2 post players who love to play on the perimeter. And I love what Austin did on the first play. Instead of settling for a jump shot, and love the glasses, love the specs, he kind of took Chris Johnson right off the bounce and got an easy 2. The easier 2s you can get, especially early in the game, it loosens it up for outside shots. And what I'm talking about,
you just
easy
called
2,
it.
huh?
You just called it.
That's a 3. But Johnson, his ability to step out is also going to be an opportunity for the Ghost Ballers to get some easy baskets inside.
Crawford misses the layup. Here's Mike Taylor now. To the corner, Darnell Jackson. He knocks down the 3.
Well, but a little different start this week. Last week, the first week, end of games, probably guys had a little jitters, but now they seem more settled in. Shots, again, it's early in the game, but jump shots going in, and now you got another layup opportunity inside.
Austin's drive rimmed out and thrown away, and Isaiah Austin will dunk it home. 6-4. Our score, once again, first team to 25. We head right to the half. Here's Mike Taylor. 21, 10, and 5 he had in week 1. Just the 4th player to put up that kind of stat line in the big 3. Look at this. That was the guy, Joe Johnson. He's one of the reasons why Joe Johnson, a couple of time MVP of this league, but Earl Clark, Glenn Rice Jr., the others who have done it. You can now add Mike Taylor to the list, who just did it in week 1 of this season.
But Mike brings a little something different. It's his energy, and I talked about it in the opening. He's talking, but he's having fun. And his teammates feel and they compliment him in that aspect too, and they allow Mike to be Mike. But that energy is true, it's real. And I love to see it because he's enjoying playing the game of basketball at this level.
3rd leading scorer right now in the league. Here's number 4, and that's Jordan Crawford. To Austin. Between the legs, jumper no good. Jackson the board. Out to Taylor, wide open 3. Count it. Lead is now 5 for the Ghost Ballers. Stewart, and Stu knocks down that 3. And that's a guy who needs to get rolling, because once he starts rolling, Elijah Stewart, an enemy's squad is tough to beat.
Well, but that's what allowed JC Jordan Crawford to be Jordan Crawford, because on the opposite wing, you had Isaiah Stewart who could knock in baskets. He was a threat, so you couldn't just shift your defense to one side of the court and try to contain Jordan Crawford because of this.
At 16 last week, Austin tried to kick it out to Crawford, threw it away. Taylor, give him a little shoulder. That's old Jim Jackson move. Give him a shoulder.
Get him a ball for you. But, you know, smart play, because it was a turnover. He didn't have to clear the ball in the corner. Immediately when he gained control, he turned, he identified the driving lane and was able to get it in. Again, the easy layup set up for opportunities for you to knock in shots from the perimeter.
Here's Austin, 5 on the shot clock. To Stewart with 3, he's got to get it up. Pull, no good. Let's see if they're going to call that one on Taylor, trying to box out Austin.
Let's go back to Mike Taylor here, driving the basket, a little push off, and Crawford standing straight up, and it was an easy opportunity for Taylor. Yes, was it a push off, but not enough for the officials to call an offensive foul. Beautiful split right there by Crawford.
He split him, fades, shoots, no good. Here's Taylor. Barely hits rim. Kick out to Crawford, wide open for 3. Count it. 1-point lead now for the Ghost Ballers. Crawford gets the handoff. Taylor, I should say, to Jackson. That 3's no good. Here's Austin.
But I like that play. I mean, it was a little handoff. Mike Taylor drew the defense, and he left an open shot for Jackson to take it, but he didn't make it. But that's an outstanding play off the elbow.
And Mike Taylor throws that one away. Turnover by the Ghost Ballers.
I tell you, the challenge too with a lot of these teams early, and we usually see this, is trying to get on the same page, because you don't have a lot of practice time together to kind of coordinate how you want to run your offense, where you're going to be. It's usually around week 4 when the really good teams kind of find that rhythm.
That one rims in. And now it's the enemies with a 1-point lead as we get a timeout on the floor. And speaking, let's go to the floor to the guy who just came off the championship trophy parade, Brian Scalabrine with Mike Taylor.
You got a big challenge defending